Welcome to the Clear Shots Podcast with Seth Skinner and Jake Jones.
Hey guys, it's Seth from Clear Shots. Today we talk all sorts of shit. It's just us, so please enjoy.
Shit, these guys are good. Don't give them clear shots. Not bad, asshole. Engage! Engage!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Clear Shots Podcast. I am Seth Swift Action Skinner.
I am Jake High Tension Jones.
Okay, I'll take that one.
What was your nickname?
Swift Action.
Swift Action. I like that. I feel like that should be a Pokemon attack.
Yeah. Well, it already is. Swift is already an attack.
Yeah, no, Swift Action. No.
Swift is an action, though.
No. The name of the ability is called Swift Action. Instead of just Swift. I don't know. Think of how cool that would be.
I
I don't know how it works.
It's either going to work or it's not.
I didn't think that far ahead.
Look, I mean, they didn't either, so. You thought farther ahead than they did. I mean, let's be honest.
Did you see all the leaks? And all the people freaking out about the leaks for Pokemon Sword and Shield?
Oh, yeah. People are always going to be mad.
Well, did you see that they're not having Venusaur or Bulbasaur? Or Venusaur or... they're not going to have Bulbasaur or Squirtle in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's only Charizard. And apparently that's ruining everybody's day.
Yeah. Well...
I don't care enough about Pokemon to understand why people are mad. Oh, the other thing people were complaining about was that the experience share is permanently on. There's no way to turn it off. But why is that a bad thing? It just saves time for grinding. I don't understand.
Why would you want to turn it off?
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Is what I don't.
Because that's how every other
were like that
RPG works.
Well, yeah. They haven't been like individual EXP share for a while.
Since like Emerald, I think.
Like it's been party experience for a while.
Yeah. And then I think it was you had to have it equipped on one of your Pokemon in order for it to work.
Right, yeah.
And now you don't have to have it equipped. It's just automatically
it's just
on.
there. Yeah.
I don't see what the big deal is. That's what.
Why would you unequip it is what I don't get.
Exactly. So what
the fuck is the point? Like,
wouldn't
what's
you
the
be
difference?
happy that now you can give your Pokemon a different item? I don't know.
Well, yeah, true. They don't have to hold it.
Yeah, like I've been playing.
You can give them that silk scarf or whatever, and you can get the normal attack boost. That's what really matters.
I don't know. I was gonna say I've been playing Final Fantasy 12, and there's party share, XP share. So like even if someone's not in your party, they still get experience.
I don't see
what the problem is.
Yeah, I don't see a problem there. I think a lot of people, like, they're doing Gen 1 again, like a lot of Gen 1 again. That's what I think people are upset about that they can't just, I mean, there's so many goddamn Pokemon, they can't really put all of them in a game.
That's what people were, because they're like, oh, it's going to be on the Switch, it's going to be gigantic, and it's like, it's still a handheld game.
See,
which I think that's pretty fucking lame. From what I've read, like it's
just another Pokemon game, but it happens to be on the Switch.
Yeah, and I think people were expecting it to be a bigger than.
They're expecting it to be a giant like fucking RPG with every region.
They basically wanted it to be Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, but for Pokemon.
Yeah,
is what they wanted, which is never gonna happen. Right. Pokemon makes way too much money to make a yearly game.
Like an Elder Scrolls Online Pokemon version, just a full open world, all the regions ever. Wait, every Pokemon ever.
Pokemon's not every year, is it? It's every other year.
I think it's 2 years.
Every 2 years.
Maybe it's yearly, but like that, they like to give out those. Like they used to
do the like Crystal
Yeah.
and Emerald and whatever.
Pokemon
after that.
Ultra
Diamond
Sun.
and there's Diamond and Pearl
they did
and
Pokemon
Platinum. Or
They did
whatever.
Sun and Moon, and then they did Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and they're basically just like updated versions of the game,
like
that
Black
game.
and White too.
Yeah, it's like the same game, but like with a little bit more like end game shit. At least that's what it was for Ultra, Sun or whatever.
I'm not the Pokemon guy.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a Coconut Rita guy either.
Well, that's what I said.
This literally looks like someone came in water
Yeah.
and then left it in the sun. That is like a very fucked texture.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
not texture.
It looks like you scooped up a bunch of pond water.
Yeah, that's from like the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Are coconuts in the Bahamas? Where do coconuts roam? Like,
We are
if we were gonna look
native
for
coconuts.
We were gonna look for grazing coconuts. Where would we go?
I would go to Gruffalo's because they got those.
They got these, 50 cents a piece. Oh shit! Speaking of Graffalos, we were just there an hour ago, if that.
Not even.
Not even. And,
Still fresh in the mind.
Seth and I both, mostly me, mostly both of us, we made this guy's entire life.
Yeah.
So we're up there at Graffalos. We're buying beer, buying coconut Ritas because they were 50 cents a piece. Bought some Max Protein Bangs.
Yeah.
Or one, just not plural, just a singular protein enriched Bang energy supplement.
Yeah. It says potent protein.
Pumped with protein.
Fuel your destiny.
Fuel or feel?
It says
Fuel
fuel
your
it, but I
destiny.
don't know why you would say feel.
I like that. This guy comes up to us. This is the thing is, it's a $5 minimum for the card, and that's what I paid for. And I got my beer, and it was $3. So I grabbed the Bang from Seth, and I was like, I'm paying for this because there's a $5 minimum.
And
And
it was still $4.88 or
It was
some shit.
$4.88, and I'm like, fuck. I go, I'm just like, fuck, and I start looking at candy bars.
You get a
And
fucking
she's like, no, it's fine,
fun-size-
it's close enough. I'm
You
like,
get like a fun size Snickers.
yeah.
Or some shit.
Or like a singular Ferrero shade. Like
yeah. Like one icebreaker's square.
like a piece of gum. But
one stick of Wrigley's.
so basically, she cashes through. So Seth gives me $2 and hands it to me for buying the Bang.
A physical
A
$2.
physical $2. And as this whole thing is going on, there's this really shady guy that's wearing really old clothes and dirty that I am familiar with, and Vinny isn't here, but Vinny is familiar with him too. We met this guy at Gary's like 2 years ago, and he tried telling us that he used to smuggle drugs and guns into South Florida from Cuba. And he looks like he's heard of Florida.
Yeah.
He's never been outside of Oswego County.
No.
Like that guy has dirt. That guy has dirt from the bluffs in his skin back from like before Harborfest was a thing. Like that guy hasn't bathed since the first Harborfest.
Yeah.
And he asked us for 15 cents, 15 whole cents, so we could buy some beer.
Yeah.
And I go,
He goes, well, I don't know if he said 15 or 50. We still don't really
yeah,
know.
I'm going to go
15.
with, we both heard 15, but
Yeah.
that's a very specific amount. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that's
like,
a
I
more
don't know.
specific quantity of change.
Yeah.
So it doesn't exactly sound,
It was odd.
yeah, so
And so we gave, well, you just like, you basically were just
I
like,
go, I don't have change, but how about $2? And his eyes got huge, and he grabbed it, and we booked it.
Yeah.
He goes, as we're walking out, he goes, oh, hey, I know you, man, from over there. And he, like, points towards, like, the direction of Gary's.
I like how he like didn't believe that you were giving him $2. It was almost like unreal to him. I don't think he's ever had that happen before.
And,
but what did he have in his hands though?
he
What was
had
buying?
a Natty Daddy 24 ounce, which I think are like $1.20 a piece. And I handed him $2. Are you trying to fix the crackly?
Yeah, I'm trying. There, you're not. Maybe are you still
I have
crackling?
I think it sounds better.
I don't know. You're crackling a little bit.
Oh, well.
It'll fix itself.
So anyway,
If you crackle, you crackle.
if I crackle, it happens. I was gonna say, oh yeah, so we gave him the $2, and he immediately whipped around and like went right back into the fucking cooler with all the natty daddies in it, and we left.
Yeah.
And we get in
He
the
for
car.
sure like bought like 6 more. Well, how much are they?
They're $1.20 a piece,
Okay, so he got.
and
at
he
least
already had
another
had
one.
one.
Yeah.
At the minimum, he bought 2, which is like over half a gallon of malt liquor.
Yeah. I mean, he at least worked his way to another one, which,
Yeah.
I mean, with tax,
Yeah.
he at least got another.
But-
another yeah.
We get in the car. We just start dying laughing. And
I was like, I did my good deed for the day because
that's
it
what
was
he
my
said.
$2.
I did my good deed for the day. And we realized that we just got this guy the most fucked up he's going to be in a while. Like, when you go from 1 natty daddy to 3, anything is possible. Like,
Yeah, it really is. I feel like that guy's.
like 1 you can do. Like, you shouldn't. I do it sometimes. But 1 is fine. Like, if you drink 1 throughout the course of, like, 2 hours.
Yeah.
He's got 3. And he's drinking all 3 of them before he
They're
goes to
already
bed.
gone. They're already gone.
I,
It's been long enough. I mean, it's been like 45 minutes. He's probably already drank them all.
yeah.
So he's like more drunk than he's been in the last couple of years for sure.
What a good guy.
Like we literally gave him like 300% of his income, like his monthly income.
Well, it was at least, what's 200 divided by 15? It's
200
that
divided
much.
by-
Like, imagine if you went up to somebody and you were like, I need to borrow $50. And they were like, okay, how does $400 sound? That's what we just did for this guy.
Yeah.
No, not even that. If I went up to you and I was like, Seth, I need $15 to pay for my Hulu, and you were like, all right, sick. Here's 200.
Yeah.
Keep the change, fucker. Like, that's what you just did.
That's what it is. Well,
And
it's a little bit of a heavier level, but
But I mean, the same
him,
ratio.
yeah,
The
to
ratio
him it
applies.
was.
To him, it was. Yeah.
but he didn't even. I mean,
He didn't even look at the soap. Like,
and it wasn't anything. But he just bought that and it's already gone. And so instead of getting something that's gonna last him,
maybe he tried getting high off of soap, and that's why he doesn't bathe.
yeah.
He just he just licked a bar of soap till
Well,
it
see,
was
it's
like
like I don't know.
2 pieces.
I mean, look, I don't know. We made his night. Is all I'm trying to say. you know?
Yeah, we made his week, dude. He's gonna think that we're like gods. Maybe we can get him to do shit for us.
Yeah, yeah.
we just
We
have
just
him
hold
be the,
$2.
yeah, we just have him be
shit.
we just have him as an intern.
Yeah.
We have
pay
him
him
pull shit up.
$2.
$2, dude. $2 an episode.
I would do that.
That's wicked good. That's only $8 a month.
Yeah.
That's a lot of natty daddies.
Yeah, it is.
That's like fucking 10. Well, I guess not really. It's more like 6. So that's a gallon of natty daddy.
Yeah. Or we could just pay him directly in Natty Daddies, you know?
No, it's cheaper to pay him $2 a week
Yeah, I guess it
when you
is.
factor in the bottle deposit and the
tax.
tax.
Yeah.
We'll pay him $2 a week, and then plus whatever change we forget about
Yeah.
at the end of the day. So if you go to the store and you end up getting like 70 cents in coins, and you leave them in your coat, at the end of the day, if they're still in your coat, he gets that as his bonus.
Yeah, yeah. His bonus. Well, that's what we do, you know. That's what we do. We just help people. That's all we do.
We're philanthropists.
We're
really.
humanitarian. We're full on rapists.
Yeah. I mean, vernacular, lexicon, so,
Right.
we're just, we're vehemently assisting underprivileged people.
Yeah, like when someone asks me for money, I just give it to them.
Yeah. When somebody asks for 15 cents, give them $2. That's the Clear Shots way.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is now. That's the example we're trying to set for the fans.
I know. So, if you don't live in a scary city like we do, or no, we don't live in a scary city. That's the scariest thing we have to deal with. Is like an
Just that
alcoholic,
guy that needs
like
15
an
cents.
alcoholic in sweatpants. Like that's the scariest thing
Yeah.
to deal with in Oswego.
Yeah. And what's he gonna do if you don't give him 15 cents? He's not gonna.
He's just gonna. I gotta ask another person. That's it. Then he goes on.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you give him $2, you're saving another person's time.
He had no one on deck though. We were the only people in there.
You're helping two people at once by giving that guy $2. That's a person $1. Think about that. You spend $2 to make two lives more convenient. To make 2 lives more convenient. You know, he gets drunk faster and drunk longer, and the next person that he would have asked if you said no doesn't have to get bothered by him. You know, that's what I call eating life with both hands.
Nah, like I don't know. I feel like he's already back at Garofalo's ass.
Yeah,
That's what they do though. It's like that episode of South Park where like the homeless people are all over the place.
Where do they send them? Don't they send them to like Boise or something? North Dakota.
San Francisco?
Yeah, that's San Fran. That's what
I think so.
That's
Is that
what
they
cities
do?
actually do, though.
Yeah.
They
They
bus
just-
their homeless people to other cities,
Yeah.
which is hilarious.
Well, you might as well. Why don't they just make a city for homeless people, you know, just like a
They do. It's San Francisco.
Oh. I thought that was like a tech capital type thing.
No, that place is fucked up, man. We actually have kind of a homeless issue in Oswego right now.
Yeah, I guess.
Um,
There's a lot of people there's a lot of companies based out of San Francisco though, which is weird. There's like a zone, like a really concentrated area of like certain tech companies that base their headquarters there. So I guess it's just homeless people and tech companies is basically all it is.
yeah, and people shit in the streets there.
And then those streets, it's so weird because San Francisco like has those weird streets that are like angled, and then they have the landings, and then they're angled again.
Oh yeah, they do.
And so
Like
if
a
they shit
Sonic,
in
like a
those-
Sonic Adventure level.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like the beginning level to Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah. Rolling around at the speed of dude, the fucking so good. That's the only level I ever played. It's
That's
the best
the
one.
best. That's the best
You
Sonic.
start off on like a snowboard, like snowboarding down a fucking road, like literally on cement.
It's hilarious because when that level starts, it has like the intercom from the helicopter,
Yeah.
and it's just like the hedgehog. He's taking out everyone aboard. And it's like, did Sonic murder all of you? Like, and
He
then
kills a lot of
dip
people
out?
in that game.
How did he? What did he turn into a snowboard? I don't even remember. Was it part of like the helicopter propeller?
Yeah, it was like a piece of the like
He
helicopter.
crashes the helicopter into a building and rides it down the hill.
Yeah, and then you can do tricks and shit with it.
And then you get chased by like a. Yeah. The song is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I was thinking of Sonic earlier. Sonic Heroes was a game. Did you ever play that one?
No.
That one was so
I
fucking
stopped
weird.
playing all Sonic games after Sonic Adventure 2. Because I got sick of looking for the fucking emerald things. Like the level where you play as Knuckles. And you have to like literally go
You have to
run
glide
around the
everywhere,
map.
right?
Yeah.
Like the one that's the floating rocks was really bad. I remember.
It's frustrating because the thing keeps beeping, and then you get real close to it, and it's like beep 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 beep, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna dig here, and then it's not there. Like I would have to look up a guide basically to find out all those locations. I mean, I could do it now probably.
Yeah. Did you know that the emeralds aren't like, let's say,
Emeralds.
no. Let's say the map is like this table, right? So when you start the game, one emerald can be where my hat is, one can be where the bang is, and one can be where the Harborfest cup is.
But it's randomized.
Yeah, and the tracker only works in sequential order. So like,
It's only tracking one at a time.
yeah. So if you're over by the Cowboys hat,
It won't do anything.
it won't track it because it's trying to track the other one.
That's the dumbest shit.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Why?
Those games are actually really bad, like honestly.
Of course they are. But they're great though.
You know what was a great game was Nintendogs.
Yeah.
Until you had to start over.
Until you had to start.
Did you ever play Nintendogs?
No.
I was little when that came out.
I don't get what it is. It's
I was
just
like
you
9.
have dogs? Is that
It's
what
like
it is?
Tamagotchi, but with dogs.
It's like a 3D Tamagotchi
With dogs. Yeah, it's a great fucking game. I just sold you on it. Like, it's wicked good. You can.
I keep hearing it's good. I see it all over the place, dude. Everybody gets Nintendogs.
No, I don't think.
Yeah.
Let me see how big the subreddit is for Nintendogs.
I think it's got like a good chunk of
What's
fans.
the
I feel
over-under?
like it's dedicated.
What is your over under on Nintendogs subreddit? Do you think it's in the?
15.
Do you think it's 6 figures?
15.
15, like total.
Yeah, 15,000. I'm saying.
Oh my god,
exactly 15,000.
1,500.
Oh shit.
So you just were so generous to Nintendogs the way we were also generous to that homeless guy.
Yeah.
They asked for 1,500. You give them 15,000.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like well, that's just a subreddit, you know. That's just people that do Reddit also, you know. I mean, it was like as far as sales go, from what I remember, like it sold pretty well. Did they have a Wii version?
Yeah, it was like Nintendogs.
Could you
and
pet
cats.
the dogs on the Wii?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all that matters, right? That's where they got everybody. That's where they hooked you. They
I
showed
literally
it off.
can't believe that Nintendogs was a thing, though. Like,
I believe it.
there's never going to be games that are that important, that are that simple. Like, those games were important in the sense that it got
Well, like Tamagotchi was
small
fucking
children.
a thing.
It was
like,
it was like the most casual game you could get for the DS, I think.
well, that's the thing though. Like everybody had a Tamagotchi and it just died, and that was it.
Bust
so
a
is that
Move
what
was
happened?
a sick game. Bust a Move was sick. What?
Oh yeah. Did dogs die in Nintendogs?
No, I think
you have
if
dogs
if
attack
you,
other dogs?
It was like if you didn't, that'd be sick. Michael Vick's Nintendogs.
Yeah, yeah. Featuring Michael Vick.
Yeah, and
it's just him in the corner. With DLC. It's like a DLC. The Vic DLC.
Chris Benoit.
Yeah. Yeah, you just it has a bunch of extra characters.
He crippler cross faces your dogs to death. He's the final boss for the dog fighting tournament. It's just
Yeah.
it's just and then when you beat Chris Benoit, you just have to fight like an actual Wolverine.
Yeah, but then you always lose.
Yeah.
Why don't they have games where like the final boss is actually impossible? You know?
I was just thinking about bosses. I was watching a Castlevania earlier, like a Let's Play of the first one, like the very first one, and I was playing Final Fantasy 12. And it's a hard game. Castlevania is hard. It looks hard too. But I was thinking the same thing. Like, what games did boss fights the best way? Like, what if in your ideal game, how would you, like, if you were making a video game, what would you make the final boss fight be? Because I thought of like 3 different ways to make the boss fights awesome, but each one is entirely dependent on what type of game it is.
Right. Because like your mechanics are going to be based on like whether it's a co-op game or like what's going on.
Right.
Because like Destiny obviously has like a 6-person fire team for a raid or something. So each person's doing a different part and like trying to get like a certain mechanic down. I always like boss fights that have like phases. So like if you have like, you know, like it'll attack one way in the first phase, and then it'll after you get its health down to like 1/3 or down to 2/3, you know, it'll change its patterns and tendencies and shit. Anytime a boss has phases, it shows that they're fucking like whoever's designing the boss wasn't really that lazy with it. Because you could just come up with one fucking thing and have them do it the whole time.
Yeah, you could.
But I mean, a lot of games do that. Like the Dark Souls games do it. With most bosses, it seems like they have
phases.
Yeah, like
yeah, they really amped it up in Bloodborne and in 3. I didn't play Sekiro yet. I'm getting it in a few weeks.
That's what I feel like those games are, though.
Black
is like
Friday.
You die so much that you just keep watching the enemy and finding out what their tendency is.
Yeah, that's literally how it works.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry is like that too.
Yeah, they definitely change shit up too.
There's lots of games that should have done that. Like Mass Effect, because I replayed Mass Effect 2 a while. Oh, and JRPGs do that shit all the time. Like fucking Final Fantasy and, well, that's the main one I could think of.
Yeah. Pokemon,
Persona.
Thing about Pokemon
What the
is
fuck's
like
the
the
other
AI
one?
is always pretty
Chrono Trigger
predictable.
and Mother and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, what's cool is if you play Poke like MMO or whatever on the computer, the AI, like the whole thing's a mod, obviously. So you put not emulators, but what the fuck are the files called for the emulators?
ISOs?
Yeah, basically, you put those into like the client
Or
whatever.
ROMs, you mean?
ROMs. You put those into the client or whatever, and then it's a mod. The entire thing is a mod. And so what they did was they made the fucking like gym leaders and trainers that you go against smarter. So they'll counter certain things that you do, and it's not like in the game where they're just gonna go, oh, scratch, scratch, or like tail whip. Tail whip again, even though it's completely ineffective.
Yeah.
Like,
They use like they try to use roar in the middle of a trainer battle.
Yeah, or like fucking what's the like hypnosis or some shit. They
Well,
use it
already
like 4 times in a row.
Dream Eater while you're awake.
Yeah. So they actually made them smarter and like made them more different. That alone makes the game more fun because it's harder to beat those trainers instead of just going like one hitting everything.
Yeah.
At a certain point in Pokemon, that's what it is, though. Like, you just have your party leader just go out, and you're like, oh, level 100 Mewtwo, psychic.
Yeah.
Wipes it out every time.
There's 3 different games I think of when I think of, like, boss battles done right. And I guess also including, like, final missions, too. Because one of the franchises I think of is Halo. The final mission for every game is pretty awesome. It's like a wicked solid climax. Like, the first 3 were like escape missions, right? Where you had to I don't remember 2 was ending, but I know 1 and 3 you had to escape.
Halo 2 was basically an escape mission too, I think. Yeah, I think so. No, maybe not. No, I think you fought Tartarus or whatever. The fucking brute.
The brute guy.
After you kill him, that's the end of the game.
So
pretty sure.
The Halo series. And I literally forgot the other 2 I was going to think of. Final Fantasy, I know, was 1 because the final boss is never the... Metal Gear Solid was a 3rd. But with a lot of Final Fantasy games, the final boss isn't actually the hardest enemy in the game, which like really makes you feel badass.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 1 did that too, where like the whole build-up it's a huge spike, and then it plateaus a bit, and then it's another spike, and then it plateaus a bit, and then you get eventually so powerful that you just breeze through like the last 1/5 of the game.
Yeah.
And then the other, like Metal Gear Solid series, every boss fight in that series is phenomenal.
I kind of liked Ocarina of Time because like there wasn't a whole bunch of like big combat fucking encounters, and then when you get to the final boss, there's actually like actual combat. Like there's combat throughout the game, but none of it's like too difficult. And then they hit you with a fucking boss that actually has mechanics to it, which is cool. I mean, I felt like Breath of the Wild did the same thing, but like they'd hit you with certain bosses that actually you have to defeat them in different ways, which is cool. It basically tells you how to do it though. Like leading up to the boss, it'll kind of like walk you through all the different mechanics, which is a smart way to do it. I'm just like, I don't know if I feel like I just don't want to play any new games at this point. Like it's weird. Like I'm so stuck in what I'm playing.
Yeah.
There's nothing that like is that appealing to me. I fucking honestly I downloaded Skater XL the other day. Played it for like, I don't know, half hour or whatever. I was like, I don't know, there's nothing really to do yet. So it's not really worth having because it's one of those games that's in a, open beta or whatever it
Early
is, pre-release,
access.
yeah. And it's got like 2 maps. And there's no like goals, like there's no
it's just free skating.
Yeah, there's nothing you're pursuing. You just are skating and the mechanics are cool, I guess, but it's not polished enough and it's not like there's nothing you're shooting for. And that's annoying to me. Like that's why it's like, and with Destiny, there's always something I'm chasing. There's just always something to do. So that's why I don't get bored with it, really. Just because there's always a goal in sight, and you're always leveling. So like, I feel like when there's a game that's you're always getting experience or whatever, that's appealing to me.
Yeah, I think that's why a lot of people like the Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
As much as people rag on them, they have a solid formula. Like, the gameplay is simple. The mechanics are solid. Like, those games feel great to play. They've felt great to play since COD 4.
Yeah.
And there's always, like, after every multiplayer game you play, you either unlock something or are close to unlocking something.
To it, yeah. The thing is, like, every time you get a kill, it's throwing numbers in your face. Yeah. Like a plus 20, plus whatever. And then when it barely means anything.
They did the, what is it, like, the accolades. So, like,
yeah.
Like, oh, you killed somebody while they were jumping. 50 points.
Yeah. Like fucking.
You know, you stabbed a guy while he was reloading. 60 points.
Yeah. You stabbed a guy who was on his left foot only. You fucking.
Yeah. You stopped an illegal immigrant from voting.
Yeah.
300 points. Final
and
score.
It covers the entire screen.
Yeah, 2020. Oh, yeah, but yeah, that's what the games are. They
do. They just
Halo did that when you would get like double kill or whatever. Yeah. But they were rare.
But it wasn't throwing it in your face all the time.
It was just like kind of in the background. Like
that was like they were rare enough to where like you felt actually accomplished when you did that.
Yeah, and the cool thing too is if somebody else got it, he would hear it faintly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like double kill.
You would hear it fucking through their headset because their TV's way too loud.
Yeah, and their mom's vacuuming in the background.
And then they have like the fucking hip hop in the background.
Yeah, and you're just
and all you hear is like that's all you hear
with the fan going.
Yeah.
You just hear like
there's always that one guy.
Dinner's ready.
Or you hear the guy that's
hey guys. You guys want to party up?
Always just breathing way too heavily into the mic.
Yeah.
No, I always like when their headsets are off. And as soon as you join the game, it's just...
Oh, my God.
And they don't realize that their headset's doing that. Or they do, and they just don't care.
Dude, those people are the biggest pricks.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever stop playing with people that you knew in real life because of how shitty they were to play games with online? Like, was there anybody that you hated playing with because of how much of a dick they were? Like, even if they were wicked good? If Wes is listening to this episode right now, he knows exactly who I'm thinking of.
I don't think I could point anyone out. I don't think. I know there have been. I wouldn't be able to tell you who they were.
What if we turn the microphones off?
No, I still wouldn't be able to.
Oh, you wouldn't know their name.
I don't really fucking know. I know for sure that there's people that fucking... I don't go, oh, I'm not playing with this guy anymore, though. Like, I fucking deal with it. Like if people are bitching, like, oh, dude, fuck this game. Like, it's fucking stupid. Patch this shit. Like, I just fucking go, oh, all right. Like, I'm just not going to say anything. I'm just going to let him do it.
Like that one guy?
Yeah, there is one guy, yeah. But, I mean, it's like, I'm not going to be... I mean, I might say something and be like, dude, fuck, it's not that bad. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, my God. Wait, hang on. Show your mic off for a second.
Wait. I can't. Yeah. I did say something.
You were like, stop playing if you're going to keep complaining. Or maybe I said that and you were like, yeah, dude, it's not that big a deal. I don't know. I remember snapping at him quite often.
Because it isn't that big of a deal. Like, dude, you're still playing a game, remember? Like, you know, you lost a game, so you still get experience, dude. They're still throwing points at you.
Yeah. 911 points. Second place.
It's like, that's the thing. Most games reward you for playing anyway nowadays.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you
win.
Dude,
you can load up a game and you get it rewarded.
Yeah.
You have games like that? It's fucking insane.
Well, then they have games where like you can just idle. You can just be in the fucking game.
Team Fortress 2 did that. Where you would automatically be given weapons based on playtime. So people would load up Team Fortress 2 and go into this server where you would just sit idle.
Yeah.
And then by staying in that server, you would just get
and
free
just,
items.
you keep joining the game because the game still just starts over again.
Yeah.
It's a good move. And it doesn't ruin the experience for anyone else either, you know?
No, because if you wanted to, you can join that server and just kill people.
Yeah,
that's what I
true.
would do.
You could.
That's how I would get achievements and stuff.
Yeah, it only sucks when he's on your team and he's just standing there. It's a little bit frustrating.
I always like the people that would rocket launch to the ground when a round starts in Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm. So
And then
that's why I don't play Siege anymore.
Why? What would
Because
happen?
literally it's just anytime I'm playing like Terrorist Hunt, like co-op, there's always one guy that as soon as it starts, he just shoots your entire team in the back like immediately.
What do you have Siege on computer?
I have Siege on Xbox.
I didn't know they had Terrorist Hunt.
Yeah, it's like you can do it solo or you can play co-op.
Is it
and
good?
then there's difficulties and shit. It's pretty good, yeah. You play like there's 3 different modes, I think. There's one where you go in and like defuse 2 bombs. There's one where you just clear it out. And then there's another where you play as the... No, wait. There's one where you defend a hostage or some shit. There's one where you rescue a hostage. And there's one where you defuse bombs. So like there's actually objectives. I'm pretty sure that's the only 3.
I wanna re-download Sandstorm and play that. I'm off till next Wednesday, so I'm gonna be at my computer a lot. I'm recording another Clear Shots plays. I'm gonna do. I wasn't gonna spoil it, but I'm gonna do Alien Trilogy. Is that Sandstorm?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. You were like an Alexa when I was like, I want to play Sandstorm. Okay.
Playing Sandstorm by Darude.
Playing Sandstorm. But yeah. So I'm recording. I'm gonna do some emulation. I'm gonna play a couple of PlayStation 1 games because I feel like that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Especially like ones that nobody's really heard of. I have quite a few that are like deeply ingrained in my memory that I downloaded to my computer that I'm going to run through. Yeah. Alien Trilogy being the first one.
I think you turning off your mic fixed the popping too. Sounds like it. You're not popping anymore.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
But yeah, I would do that too. I used to have a Super Nintendo emulator. It's on my laptop, but
Dude, they're so easy to set up.
Yeah.
Like I have my PlayStation emulator on my computer is the same one I have on my phone. And I can transfer the save files back and forth, which is fucking cool. Legendary. So, like, if I wanted to,
the SNES X or whatever.
No, for PlayStation, it's EPSXE, and it's that.
They always have X's.
Yeah, and then that one is EPSX something else, PCXS.
I literally got it just to play Power Rangers the movie.
Power Rangers the movie. The game, like for Super Nintendo, we talked about that with Cam, didn't we?
Yeah, that was the only reason I got it.
Because of Cam?
No, it was for Power Rangers. And then I did end up getting other games for it, but
I think have you ever heard of the game Colony Wars? That's another game I was thinking of doing.
No.
It was this really weird space starfighter game. That there were so many of those back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And
there were.
I have a theory. And I think it's because if you wanted to have crazy graphics, because some of those games looked really good, you would have it in space because that way you wouldn't have to render backgrounds. It was just space.
Anytime a game's dark too, though, like your textures and shit don't have to be as intense. That's why like those darker games can run better on consoles and shit like that. Like any like horror game,
Alien Isolation.
Yeah, the game's not super detailed. I mean, the graphics are pretty good, but it's like they don't have to be that good because everything's dark.
Yeah.
It's a smart move.
All of the games by Frictional. They do Amnesia, Penumbra, Soma.
And I think like their render distance isn't that fucking far either in Alien. Like I know that like any game really, it's only gonna render a certain distance from where your character is. But I know in those games I'm pretty sure it's pretty fucking short because I've seen a bunch of glitches where most of the map is not there. Like they glitch out of the map and it's just a little bit of the fucking map that's there.
There's also a lot of motion blur in that game too. So things that were far away that would be detailed are still blurry, which works. I mean, I think that game looks amazing still, and that game is like 6 years old now.
Yeah,
because
and things that are far away. I mean, you would think that they should look blurry anyway. You know, just because they're farther away.
Yeah,
I guess.
I really love that game. I wish they'd make a second one for console. They made a sequel to Alien Isolation, and they put it on phones.
They did?
It's a Five Nights at Freddy clone.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I guess I would play it, though.
Probably, honestly. Like
all that Five Nights game was like you literally switch cameras.
Yeah.
The
and
entire
then close
game.
doors and turn on lights. You had to manage your power.
Yeah, you have like a set amount of energy or whatever, and you. So like if you see him, you have to turn on the power or whatever, and he goes away or some shit. You turn on like the lights.
You turn on the light. You turn on the light, and then you slam the door.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever playing it. I remember Christy playing a shit ton of that game. That and like Slender.
I think I've played him.
I played Slender.
I never played that. Like the Arrival one or whatever?
No, the first one.
Oh, I didn't play that.
That looked like PS1 graphics.
I don't think I played that.
The Arrival isn't... I don't know.
I haven't really...
It's not... I've never played it. I've watched a couple playthroughs of it because they're funny.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I did play the original one.
Yeah, you're just picking up the 7 pages.
Yeah, that one was okay.
I liked it.
I didn't play Arrival though. It's on. I see it all over the place. Like I see it on Xbox all the time. I don't know. Maybe it's because it goes on sale or some shit, or maybe it's on Game Pass.
Maybe
it could be on Game Pass.
The Blair Witch game is on Game Pass, and it's garbage.
It looks like it's trash. Yeah,
it's trash.
I still want to get Visage.
Yeah, same. No, me too.
It's like $25 still
because they just put another chapter in it too.
I'll just wait. I mean, honestly, it still hasn't gone on sale. When it does, I'll fucking get it, but it's not going to go on sale.
We got to play it.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I still think that one game, that Cry of Fear or whatever, could work if we do co-op. Because I've never played it.
Dude, it's so fun. Literally, did you watch the video I sent you?
Yeah. I just want to do it because it's, like, I think it'd just be cool to have us both of our perspectives for it. And we haven't done a horror game on there yet.
No. That's not up.
Well, I did Fear, but that wasn't really... I mean, Fear's kind of a horror game. I did Fear 2.
No, Fear 2 is not scary.
No, there's parts, though, that will get you. There was a couple parts where I was like, oh, shit, wait a minute. Like, because you turn around and, like, Alma's standing there.
Yeah, and she's just like, Power Rangers, the movie.
Yeah. She's like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Just trolling you hard.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Yeah, for real. Yeah. So yeah, we should do Cry of Fear together. That'd be amazing. Let's do that tonight. You're drinking a bang.
Well, I can't. I got to do all the rendering and shit for this. I can't use my computer. It's going to be...
How long does it take?
I don't know, a couple hours.
Huh.
It takes like half the amount of time of the podcast usually. Plus uploading the audio version.
Oh, well, when you're done with that, let me know, and then we'll do Cry of Fear.
Oh.
Because I'm off, baby. I don't have shit to do tomorrow till 5.
I should just play Madden.
No, I'm probably going to play Final Fantasy 12 till I have to go to the bar at 5.
So speaking of Michael Vick.
Yeah, speaking of Michael Vick.
Lamar Jackson, dude.
Oh,
what
sick,
the fuck? Bro. That kid, he played pretty damn well.
Yeah, he's okay.
I like him. I really think that the Ravens are underrated, dude. Like, they've been super overlooked this year because they got 2 losses and no one really paid attention because they look like a middle of the pack team.
I think it's literally because
really
Lamar Jackson. And that's why people aren't impressed by him, but they're like, he's only in his second year. He's not going to carry them through the playoffs. And it's like,
I watch him play though.
He's going to though. Like
it's like amazing. They don't even show his highlights or anything. Like he's not like a fucking big name right now.
It's because he's super humble and doesn't talk shit. He's like super professional.
Yeah,
he seriously is. He's like one of the nicest guys I've ever seen.
Just like my friend Tim. My friend Tim's a fucking Ravens fan. I talked to him the other day, and I was like, dude, I really like. I'm like all in on the fucking Ravens because they look really goddamn good. He's making good decisions. They scheme him right. Yeah. Like they fucking that one touchdown run that he had that was like 2 yards or whatever. I couldn't even tell whether that was going to be a fucking run or if he was going to hand it off or what. All those RPOs that they run, they were fucking faking out the cameraman half the time.
Yeah, no, he's insane.
It was wild, dude. And he's an accurate passer. Like, he's quick.
He should not have gone to the 32nd pick. Like that makes absolutely
He breaks
no
tackles.
sense.
He's fucking quick. He accelerates real fast. He's an athletic kid, dude. I like that quarterback, especially because like that's the style that everybody's moving towards, and he seems really fucking good at. Like he's like Russell Wilson, like the same style, but like he runs
way more athletic.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking crazy. And Russell Wilson, dude, like come on.
And he's the guy. I mean, I feel like Russell Wilson was the guy that like came in and like changed that kind of shit too. Like he's the guy who made that mobile quarterback like a fucking thing.
What also helped that Kaepernick shows up and then does his thing for a year and a half.
Kaepernick definitely was a big contributor.
But he wasn't a good passer. He had an arm.
He could throw pretty hard. I don't know how accurate he was.
He can also kneel pretty hard. Get it?
Yeah. You wonder like what he would have done if that shit never went down. Right? But what's weird is like, should he fucking never play again? Because he took a knee?
I think it was more of the fact that he wanted a lot of money.
Sure.
He wanted to start, and teams didn't want to sign a guy for a lot of money that was extremely inconsistent to have that kind of media circus.
Well, he was controversial in general.
Yeah. He wasn't like a Tyreek Hill or a Michael Vick controversial because he wasn't good enough to have his talent outweigh the controversy. If he was good enough, like you play well enough, people stop talking about your past.
He was pretty goddamn close.
Ben Roethlisberger sexually assaulted a woman in a bar, and he wins 2 Super Bowls and nobody.
Yeah, but everybody likes him because he wears one glove. It's like his signature thing. Does Phillip Rivers wear 2 gloves or does he wear one? I think Phillip Rivers wears a glove too, doesn't he? They say like it's better to like catch when you take a snap. It's easier to handle the ball with one glove or some shit. Because I mean, you're not supposed to throw with. You're not supposed to have it on your throwing hand. That's what they say. But like a lot of them like having that fucking glove on their other hand. But that's really the whole reason everybody likes Ben Roethlisberger because he has a glove on his hand.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. It's like his signature thing. Right?
Do you think he retires this offseason or do you think it comes back next year?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, do you think he retires the glove this year? He's never going to retire the glove.
If he retires, the glove retires.
Yeah, but he can't retire the glove, you know. The glove's going to play even after he's done, you know. He's going to like hand it off to the next guy.
Yeah, and then Mason Rudolph is going to finger bang a girl in a bathroom.
Yeah, it's the same glove he's had for like 8 years. It just smells like shit.
It was the last piece of evidence.
Yeah.
For the
still got blood
case.
stains on it.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? You're the quarterback now, son. Here's the glove. And then they're just like, oh my God, I don't want to touch that thing.
Yeah, it's got bugs in it.
Fucking disgusting. They're like, well, I heard it's better like when you catch the snap, though. Like, you can handle the ball better.
He puts the glove on. He just turns into Tom Dufour.
Yeah. Shameless name drop.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Phillip Rivers wears gloves, though.
I'm almost positive Phillip Rivers wears
Does he wear
gloves.
2 gloves, though? I don't know if he wears 2 or 1.
He's never worn a condom, that's for sure. He has like 11 kids.
I think he has 11 kids, yeah.
9 kids.
Yeah.
It's either 9
well,
or 11.
Cromartie had more than that, though, right?
Cromartie had like...
Cromartie was almost 20, right? He was upwards of 20.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that was his game, you know? He could cover, like, most of the field. He just couldn't cover his dick, you know?
Yeah.
Didn't he play with Revis, too?
Yeah.
That was a pretty badass secondary when the Jets had them in, like, fucking 08 or some shit.
What was it?
09,
it was
maybe?
yeah. Wasn't it?
They had
who
Mark
was on that
Sanchez,
team?
though. That was the problem. They had Sean Green, fucking Mark Sanchez, Braylon Edwards, who the fuck was Santonio Holmes, and then Santonio Holmes went to Pittsburgh.
I think it was the other way around.
Or he came. No, I don't know about that. Oh, maybe he did come from Pittsburgh. I don't remember.
Yeah, because he got the huge contract from the Jets after the catch against the Cardinals.
I know Braylon Edwards basically stopped existing after that team. But it was... Oh, they had Sean Green, LaDainian Tomlinson, Mark Sanchez, and then Tim Tebow came in like a fucking year later, and then the Jets have been bad since then.
Yeah, they had Sean Green and LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah,
then
LT.
they had Jericho Crotchery, Braylon Edwards, Santonio Holmes. Did I say Crotchery?
Yeah.
Oops.
I think it's Kochery. Jericho Kochery.
Damian Woody was still playing football at that point. That's hilarious. He's been on ESPN for like 10 years. Will Billingsley?
Well,
I
it
thought that
feels
was a
like
fake name.
LaDainian Tomlinson's been doing NFL Network for forever too, though.
Yeah. Oh my God. James Ahedebo. Hidigbo.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Doesn't
about
he
that.
still play?
He used to play for.
He just retired. He played for
Colts too, didn't he?
He played for the Jets, the Patriots, the Ravens, the Lions, the Bills.
Oh, he played for every team except the Colts.
He won a Super Bowl with one of the teams. I don't know.
I remember seeing his name in Madden and being like, "How do you say that word?" Like, because I couldn't tell if it was a lowercase
Hidigbo.
Yeah,
Ledigbo.
like I couldn't tell if it was an L or like an uppercase I or like a fucking like I trying to figure out what was going on. I was always waiting for the fucking commentators to say it because that's how you really know.
I forgot how good Nick Mangold was.
Oh yeah, he was a thing.
7 Pro Bowls,
Jets-
3 All-Pro teams.
That team was an AFC Championship game, wasn't? Or they were in an
two
AFC
years in a
Championship
row
game.
they were in it. They
Yeah.
lost to the Colts and then they lost to the Steelers.
They lost by like a field goal against the Colts.
Yeah, and
I
the
think.
crazy thing is like that team was literally solid offensive line, solid defensive line.
They had guys in all
absurd
the
secondary.
yeah. Yeah,
And then-
the defense was awesome.
Yeah.
And they I felt like they had skill players in like all their spots except for Sanchez obviously was like sort of middle of the
because
pack,
Sean
but
Green was decent.
Yeah.
LaDainian Tomlinson was
Sean
still
Green
good.
was like that fucking just a bull. He'd
Yeah.
just hit everybody. And then LaDainian Tomlinson was more of a
receiver
scat
guy.
back sort of, yeah. Well, he was an experienced guy though. Like he's been in the league for fucking forever. Just a veteran, smart guy to have in that spot. Honestly,
Dude, LT was so good. Holy shit.
yeah, he was fucking amazing. And like he had the black visor, so you knew he was cool.
Yeah.
If you have the visor, you're awesome. I always wonder what that. Do they have prescription visors?
Yeah. No, that's why Marshawn Lynch.
Because they have to, right?
Marshawn Lynch got a dark one because he'd get headaches and migraines from the lights
Yeah.
because he was sensitive to light. So that's why he always wore sunglasses and had the tinted visor. That's what I've read.
Because I was thinking about
fact
guys
check
that
me or
fucking
whatever.
wear like glasses or whatever. It's like they'd either have to have contacts, but even then, it's like if you get hit wrong and a contact gets fucking like knocked up into your eye, it's like you're kind of screwed. That shit's in your fucking eye. So they basically have to make those visors prescription visors so that you can see like clearly.
Ooh, that would fuck with your eyes badly, though.
I would think so.
That would really fuck with your eyes because glasses are supposed to be here, not like 4 inches away. Oh, no, they definitely don't do that.
It's like, how else could you do it? So they have to wear fucking contacts.
They probably wear better contacts than we can afford.
Yeah.
Like AccuView Oasis type shit.
Or they just have eye surgery.
With Rain-X. So that way when you cry, your tears just slide right off your eyes. What's a team that you don't think is going to win the Super Bowl this year that you would love if they did besides Green Bay? Like, name a team that's with
Buffalo.
a winning Buffalo. Mine's Buffalo too.
Yeah, Buffalo's gonna win a good chunk of their last games, and then they're gonna lose. They might win a playoff game.
If they win a playoff game, Buffalo is burning to the ground.
Yeah,
like it's gonna be fucked. They haven't won a playoff game since like before we were born.
But I think they don't.
They don't. No, because they'd have to play a home team.
They lost to Philly.
Yeah, they would have to play either.
Philly's kind of
because I think Baltimore and New England are winning their divisions. They're both going to have a first round bye.
Yeah.
New England number 1, Baltimore
Buffalo doesn't
2.
beat New England in that division. There's no way.
No.
Unless they come up with some shit in the games when they face each other. They got one more game with the Patriots, right?
Yeah. Let's assume that Buffalo gets the 5th seed. They would either have to play at Kansas City or at Houston. They don't win either of those games.
I think they can beat Houston. I don't think they beat Kansas City with Mahomes.
Yeah,
Houston's winnable.
They can beat Houston, yeah. But they don't beat.
I guess Kansas City's winnable, but it's fucking going to be...
Kansas City at Kansas City.
Yeah, with
Mahomes.
I mean, the Vikings lost to Kansas City without Mahomes. So
yeah, that's the thing is this year's playoffs I think are going to be a bloodbath because
the Vikings are the only team in the NFC North I'm scared of. They're the only ones that really
have any.
They're
the only ones that move the needle.
Yeah, the whole NFC North lost last week.
Yeah,
that was weird as shit.
I think it's going to be Packers Vikings. For one of them wins the division, the other one makes the wild card. I really think Dallas solidly wins the division. I don't see them losing more than 2 games.
Philly's kind of sneaky, dude. They win games they shouldn't win, though.
Yeah, but Philly's also got to finish with a better record. They have to beat Dallas in their rematch and then finish with a better record on top of that. And they're already a game and a half behind.
But that's what I don't get Philly, though. Like, they can just win any given game.
They lost to Sean Jackson for the year now. So they have no receivers. They have no tight ends. They have Zach Ertz, sorry. They don't have running backs that matter at all. Their defense is okay. They don't have a secondary. I'm not scared of Philadelphia at all.
That's what you think.
There's not a single team in the division that worries me. The only team in the NFC that worries me is Green Bay because Aaron Rodgers doesn't lose to Dallas.
He doesn't lose to Dallas. It's fucking hilarious.
Especially not in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's very weird. Well, they also don't lose to the Chargers, and they lost the Chargers, so...
What, was that the first time the Chargers ever beat Green Bay?
That was the second time the Chargers have ever beaten Green Bay. Pretty sure. And especially at home. They always lose at home. But it's not at home, though. That wasn't a home game. That was in LA, but it's not that's not really their home stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically neutral ground. But
yeah, I think the AFC is going to be Patriots, Ravens, and the 1 and 2, and then probably Houston, Kansas City, Buffalo, and Indianapolis is what I'm going with. Buffalo and Indianapolis are the 2 wild card teams.
Yeah, Indy's kind of weird.
Or Jacksonville because Nick Foles is back now. But is he better than Gardner Minshew? I don't think so. NFC, I see going San Francisco, Green Bay is 1 and 2, and then San Francisco and Green Bay, and then New Orleans and Dallas as a 3 and 4, and then Seattle and Minnesota as the 5th and 6th seed. The Eagles don't make it. The Bears don't make it. the Panthers.
I don't think the Bears make it. They're already kind of fucked.
Oh, but that also leaves out the Rams.
The Rams. Yeah.
Like, that's the scary thing is Dallas has a good chance of making the playoffs simply because I think they're going to beat everybody else in the division and have a better record.
Yeah.
Green Bay has to worry about you have to win the division or finish better than a combination of LA, Seattle.
See, the thing is, like,
and
even with like the fucking
that other
Lions
team.
and the Bears not being that great, you
They're
still got to
gonna-
play the Lions and the Bears, and they're fucking always pretty good against Green Bay. It's not like it's a fucking ever a guaranteed win in that division. That's a tough division. Fucking hate it.
Yeah. I think the
'Cause all those
NFC
teams
North
are-
and the NFC East are tough, and I think in the AFC, it's the AFC South is a fucking bloodbath.
Right.
Every year, it's the battle of which team can finish with double-digit wins. Like whoever wins 10 games wins that division.
Yeah.
Like, but
I always
think,
just feel like which team is it going to be it's honestly it's like it's always I feel like Green Bay can win the division every year, but it's like who's going to be the one team that's competing with them for the division? Because last year it was Chicago and they won the division. And this year I think it's Minnesota.
yeah.
And it's like 2 years ago it would have been fucking Detroit or some shit. Like you don't fucking know. You really have no idea. Some of the divisions are fucking like that, and then there's some where it's just like you're gonna win every year. Like New England's division is fucking just they win every year. So
Yeah. And
even when Buffalo plays well, they're still gonna win the fucking division.
and the AFC North is mostly just between Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
Yeah, yeah.
And the
I don't mind that though. I like watching
those are the
Pittsburgh
best
and
games.
Baltimore, yeah,
Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
because you know someone's helmet's coming off.
Yeah.
Someone's ankle's gonna break.
Yeah. Like I think those games, and then also Broncos Raiders games are always amazing.
Right. Yeah.
I always like watching the Bears and the Packers play. Out of all the teams in the division, the NFC East, the team I hate the most is the fucking Eagles. I can't fucking stand them. I hate their colors. I hate their city. I hate what they represent.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Fly Eagles fly.
Fuck them to death. But the Redskins make me mad because there's nobody cockier than a Redskins fan after they go 1-0. Like, there's nothing cockier than a Redskins fan after Washington wins their first
We're
game.
going all the way.
Yeah, they're like the Hogs
our
are
year.
back. Proceed to go 1-14 the rest of the way. Then they draft another shit quarterback.
They have a bye week 2. They're like, yeah, we're still fucking top of the division.
Undefeated. Yeah. No, and then Giants fans are just annoying because they're uneducated. like try and have an actual football conversation with a Giants fan.
Yeah.
You can't. Maybe if you were in like Mississippi, where a Giants fan would be like somebody that actually liked the Giants instead of somebody that just lives in New York. Like so many people are like, yeah, I'm a Giants fan. I love Brandon Jacobs. Like
I always wonder like how you become either a Jets or a Giants fan if you grow up in New York.
Oh, I remember reading about that. It depends on where in New York. I'm pretty sure it was like
Why though? They play in the same spot, so why does it matter?
no,
where
because they play in New Jersey. But with the Mets and the Yankees, it's between Brooklyn and the Bronx, or whatever, Queens and the Bronx, and then usually it goes Jets, Islanders, Mets, and then the other ones are Rangers, Yankees, Giants.
That's weird as fuck.
Yeah. Chicago is like that too. Like the one half of Chicago is all White Sox fans. The other half is all Cubs fans. And then half of the White Sox fans are also Cubs fans.
Yeah, I always forget both of those teams are in Chicago. Chicago.
Isn't that fucking
why the
weird?
fuck do you have 2 teams in Chicago?
I forget about that all the time.
Yeah.
The White Sox. What?
Yeah.
And I think it's funny that like the White Sox won a World Series when we were kids. And that didn't matter to Chicago at all.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't matter.
The Cubs are kind of their team, though. It's weird. Like,
Yeah.
They're...
Even though they've both been around for the same amount of time, basically.
Yeah.
I rewatched the Game 7 of that series, Cubs Indians.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember watching? Did you watch that live?
I don't think I watched it live.
That was one of the best baseball games I've ever watched in my life. I called into work, and I don't even really like baseball that much. Like, I was so amped up from it.
Yeah.
Because it didn't get over with till like 2:30 in the morning.
Well, there was a game last year in the like the ALCS or some shit that went like fucking 14 innings or some shit.
Yeah.
I can't remember what game it was. Might have been like game 5, or maybe it was the World Series. I don't remember. Long though. Fucking but yeah, go Masvidal.
Oh yeah, that fight
War
was
Masvidal.
fucking crazy, man.
Dude, he was piecing him up the whole time.
I know. I was disappointed in the moment, but in hindsight, I'm glad.
Yeah. Everybody's like, dude, don't stop the fight. It's like, what are you talking about, bro? He's beat him for it's fucking
Like 10-8,
it's been
10-8,
10-9. Yeah, it's at least 10-9 in every round for Masvidal. Like, he can't. I mean, even if Diaz comes back, he loses the fight unless he catches him with something.
Yeah.
No. It's not going to happen. He was getting fucking hit like hard.
Destroyed.
Yeah. He was eating a lot of body shots. And then when it was over, I watched the fucking Canelo Alvarez fight because I was like, well, this shit's done. And the fucking main for Alvarez, Kovalev, was just starting. That whole thing was
they
just,
literally waited to start that fight until Diaz's fight was over.
Yeah, it's a smart move.
Or I guess you could say Masvidal's fight. Yeah, Masvidal's a beast, man. He's fighter of the year for sure. He's got 3 wicked crazy, technically knockouts. He's got 2 knockouts and a TKO.
Yeah, that is a TKO, so technically.
Like, people forget about the Darren Till fight. I remember watching that fight being wicked hype because I wanted Darren Till to win.
Yeah.
And Masvidal beat him, and I'm like, fuck this
Till
guy.
is a
and I
tough
kept
customer.
watching it. And then he did the 3-piece and a soda thing, and I'm like, yo, this fucking Masvidal guy is crazy. Yeah, Till fucking whooped Gastelum's ass. Like, he really did. I think he beat him 30-26.
Yeah, that wasn't even close. I felt like the whole thing, I honestly want more build. Like, I want Masvidal and Diaz again.
I
want more build to it though. Because those guys are both shit talkers, and it's fun to watch them fucking go back and forth.
I watch a lot of Chael Sonnen, so I'm regurgitating what he downloaded into my brain. And he came up with this idea that I think is genius. So, Masvidal beats Nate Diaz by a doctor stoppage last Saturday. A lot of people want them to have a rematch. How about you give Nate time to rest, and you give Masvidal either A, the winner of Covington and Usman.
But does Nate want to rest is the question, really?
Let me
Probably
finish.
not.
Well, he has to recover from getting his face split open.
He doesn't want to, though.
It's basically, Masvidal's stock is at an all-time high.
Right.
If you have him fight Nate and he loses, his stock lowers. If his stock is riding an all-time high coming from 3 straight knockouts, or 4 straight, I think, technically, you have
could
him
make a fight with that,
If he
yeah.
loses a fight against somebody that isn't Nate, his stock doesn't really drop that much because that Nate rematch is still there. So you would want to have him fight somebody else like McGregor, which won't happen because Conor knows he'll probably lose. I think Masvidal... Unless Conor really wants it, Masvidal will win.
You gotta make it the right price.
Exactly.
And I think you could do it with
And
Masvidal.
I think Masvidal's a big enough draw now,
I
Bree.
think so. Maybe. I just wonder, because, like, when you watch it, you don't know, like, what the fucking casual fans know. Like, you don't know.
All you have to do is book promos of Masvidal piecing up.
I guess Diaz is big enough to the point where, like, any casual fan that knows of Nate Diaz has seen Masvidal now. You know?
Well, yeah, and anybody that knows anything about UFC has seen that flying knee. Like, there were people at work that were talking about it that, like, they're like, oh, it's that guy that did the flying knee. He's fighting this weekend. It's like, they don't even know what his name is, and they know that he's fighting.
That's what I don't get is, like, the outside opinion. Like, I never see what that actually is. Because I don't hear enough people talk about it. Like, I don't know. No one I work with fucking watches it, really. So, like, I don't know how much they know as far as
Well, I think it has the same. Now that it's on ESPN,
yeah.
like we have ESPN in all the break rooms, and during the day they'll randomly just show like UFC. They'll have like a UFC block, you know. And I think that's helped. And I mean, the amount of marketing they did just for Diaz Masvidal, I mean, you couldn't go anywhere without seeing it. There were commercials for it the whole time leading up to it. The Rock was part of it. You know?
Yeah, they made a belt for it.
Yeah. So that's huge. I mean, dude, you don't have to worry about the numbers if either of them fights again, because that fight was so huge that they literally paused the Canelo-Kovalev fight until the BMF fight was over.
Yeah.
That's how big that was. And I think now Masvidal is huge. And that's why I think that you should have him fight somebody else before fighting Nate.
I should?
You should. Anybody should.
I'll talk.
Like, if
I'll
besides
ask him.
Nate, who was your ideal matchup? Would you rather have him fight Covington or Usman for the welterweight belt, or would you rather have him fight Conor? Because there's really nobody else other than Nate besides that.
I'd like to have him fight Conor, but it won't happen. So I think I wouldn't mind him fighting for the title.
And then like, imagine if he wins the title, and now all of a sudden you got the guy that fucked up Nate Diaz in 3 rounds, and he's also the welterweight champion. And then,
but then do you have to have Diaz fight somebody to get to him? Because does Diaz deserve?
You just got ahead of me. Yeah.
Does Diaz deserve a title shot? You know,
no,
because then it's all of a sudden.
But he'll have to earn it and have him earn it, and then boom, then you got one of the biggest rematches of all time.
Yeah,
I'm just getting excited about it, man. None of this is gonna happen. Just pretend for a minute.
It's all gonna go the opposite way that we think.
Yeah, Masvidal is gonna fight Ngannou.
Yeah, and he's gonna lose.
He's gonna die
horribly.
Masvidal's gonna fight
stock
Ngannou.
drops.
Conor is gonna fight Joanna Wade Jacek or whatever the fuck her name is.
Yeah,
Conor's gonna fight Rose Namajunas.
Conor's gonna lose.
Yeah, Conor's gonna lose. Rose Namajunas is gonna split his skull open with a dolly.
Yeah, and then Frank Mir comes back.
And Chris Benoit comes back from the dead, and Crippler cross faces John Jones to death.
And then that's when Lesnar comes back and then throws a fucking monkey wrench into the whole thing.
Like a literal wrench.
Yeah.
Do you think Jones and Adesanya are going to fight this year? Coming year, rather. Next in 2020. Would you rather have Jones Adesanya or Romero Adesanya?
No, I want to see Jones Adesanya. I think they're both. Yeah, I think it would be a really good fight, honestly, because you got Jones, who's like
literally good at everything.
Yeah, and then Adesanya, who's riding a fucking wave.
That, in my opinion,
it's gonna be
the third. That would be the third biggest fight of the year. But that would be
so interesting to see.
That would be a ridiculous card that you would bill it as, because it seems like with the past couple of John Jones cards, the co-main has been better than the main event.
Right.
Because the beginning of the year we had Jones and Smith, and the co-main was Woodley and Usman, which was boring, but Usman got to win the title, and he just fucked up Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And then the Santos Jones fight, you have Masvidal and Askren, and we know how that ended. And I feel like the Gustafsson fight, the last Gustafsson fight, was a crazy card too, but I don't remember what.
I just want to see how those two styles, like, they're the same style. Like the Jones Adesanya style is similar.
I
would like to see how that plays out, like how they game plan against each other.
I think Jones is too big for him, but I think Adesanya is too fast for Jones, if that makes sense. But at the same time, Jones is leaps and bounds better at grappling and wrestling, and
I think you got an experience edge too.
Yeah. Adesanya's whole thing would just be he buys into his own confidence, which makes him perfectly like mentally calm. Like, the dude doesn't shake during fights. It's insane. Like, no. Jones does the same thing. DC did the same thing. He doesn't like break concentration at all. Like he's goofy as shit, and then as the fight, the octagon door closes, and it's just boom, boom. Here we go. But
I thought the fucking Masvidal Diaz was interesting because you see like guys just eating shots and they're like having fun, but versus like they don't. It didn't feel like a lot of shit really.
Well, they like each other, don't they? Or they respect each other.
Yeah, I would say that. And I don't know who it was. I might have been Dom Cruz. During the fight, he was like, "Well, Diaz usually doesn't."
I thought you said Tom Cruise. I was like,
No.
Dom Cruise. Don't call him that. Dom Cruise. He's shorter. He's short enough to be Tom Cruise.
Well, he's basically Dom Cruise.
Yeah.
He was talking about like how Diaz doesn't wear his shots usually, but like he was taking body shots and like he was actually showing that he fucking was hurt, and you don't usually see that. So it was interesting because
and this is coming from the guy that I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I just feel like those are two guys that are kind of fucking gonna just throw and eat shots.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to see fucking Diaz actually in some sort of pain or like being affected by it for once. It shows how fucking good Masvidal actually is.
I mean, and Diaz fucked up Pettis. Like,
yeah,
absolutely ruined him.
Yeah.
After being gone for 3 years and Masvidal does that. It's crazy, man. I guarantee you when he wins the belt, I'm going to hate him, though.
As soon as
like
there's
when
gold
he becomes
over
the
his
champion,
shoulder.
I'm going to fucking hate him.
Yeah. I just don't like guys that have gold on their shoulders.
I honestly think Covington beats Usman in the most boring fight of the year. And then Covington and Masvidal fight next year. That's what I think happens.
That's what you think happens.
I don't think Usman is going to beat Covington. A lot of people are giving him. I'm pretty sure he's the favorite. I don't think he's the favorite at all. I really don't. Covington is really, really good.
I always wonder how they fucking come up with that shit, though, the Vegas odds, like how they come up with the favorites.
It's based on how many people are betting.
I guess.
So if you have like 1,000 people that are betting for Covington to win, that makes him the betting favorite. So to win more money, you bet against him. So like when it's a toss up or whatever you call it, it doesn't matter because the betting spread is so close for each side.
Yeah.
But when it's lopsided, that's why fucking Rose Namajunas beating Joanna Champion was such a big deal. Because she was like an 800 underdog.
Yeah, that's why it's. I don't know though. Like it's hard to make betting odds though in MMA.
Well, no, you don't make the odds. The bettors make the odds.
That's what I'm saying
yeah.
though. Like if you're a bettor, like you're just gonna. I don't know. It's got to be tough to bet on martial arts. Just because it's fucking. You don't know. Like, I mean, I've seen guys that fucking have lost 3 fights in a row, beat a guy who's an up and comer that looks like a fucking world beater.
Or guys like Uriah Faber that have been gone for 4 years and knock out a guy half his age.
Yeah. You can't. I mean, I guess that's probably what makes it fun, right?
Well, like the biggest one was that guy from Vancouver. That was like the best fight I've watched this year. There was the kid from Vancouver that filled in as a last minute replacement, and he fought the capoeira fighter. And he was doing kick flips and cartwheels on the way to the ring.
Oh yeah.
And the guy, the underdog whooped his ass like badly. And he ended up getting fight of the night and performance of the night. And in his first professional MMA event, because I think he had been like a regional champion or something. And they only had him on because he's from Vancouver. And he was supposed to get destroyed. And he ends up winning in a unanimous decision and walks away with like $150,000.
That's the thing. I almost feel like a decision's more impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
You've won the fight for 3 rounds. Versus you might have caught somebody.
That's what a lot of people hate about the heavyweight division.
It's a lot of guys
It's
catching.
a lot of luck, which is why their records are so fucked.
That's why there's a lot of brain damage.
That too. But you'll get guys like, Junior Dos Santos, who's like 22-11.
Yeah.
But he's actually one of the best fighters in the heavyweight division because they don't go to decisions ever, it seems like.
No. Yeah, well, even when I was watching the Canelo fight, I was like, well, this is interesting because Kovalev, for sure, at least from what I was fucking, like, how I was scoring it, like, Kovalev was winning the fight. Mostly based on he was walking around, fucking kind of controlling the ring, but, like, keeping him at a distance, his jab, he was basically throwing his jab the entire fight. It wasn't like he was piecing him up or, like, giving him any sort of damage. He was throwing more strikes. He was landing more strikes, for sure. But, like, they were touches. It wasn't anything. It was keeping him at a distance and shit. Canelo's sort of moving around, like, hands up all the time, eating some shots. But when Canelo throws, I mean, he fucking throws. Like, and when he throws, he also lands. So, like,
Yeah.
I think it was the 11th round, and eventually you saw Canelo, like, open up a little bit more, catches him with a straight right hand. Kovalev goes down, that's it. So it's like, you got a guy who's winning for 11 rounds, in my opinion, and I don't think the judges probably saw it that way. They were wherever they were in Vegas.
Yeah.
But, and I don't know, like, I'm judging it as an MMA fan. I'm not judging it as a boxing fan. So I think maybe if you're a boxing fan, maybe you do give some of those rounds to Canelo. But I
don't know how boxing scoring works at all.
That's what I mean, like, because it was 10 rounds of him putting the jab out. And do you go, oh, well, he's being the aggressor? Or do you go, well, Canelo's just surviving this and then landing some of the bigger shots?
See, I feel like in boxing, significant strikes matter more.
Yeah. That's what it is. And I think that's why I feel like, and I think the judges probably were giving most of those rounds to Canelo. But I was like, well, I don't think that's, to me, as an MMA fan, I'm like, well, Kovalev's winning this fight. Like, he's landing more.
Yeah.
Maybe not as significant, but he's fucking putting out, more punches. It felt like he was controlling it a little bit better. But it was a matter of fucking Canelo basically waiting to figure him out and then putting shots on him.
You get a lot of points in UFC and MMA specifically, for controlling the center of the octagon and aggressing.
Yeah. Certainly not as many in boxing. Plus, you can block a lot more shots in boxing. Your gloves are bigger.
And I think too, a big thing with MMA, and when I was watching fights with Andy, I was having them explain about, because takedowns are always confusing to me, how they get scored. And, like, let's say
they're certainly weighed higher than like a solid strike of any sort.
Yeah, but
I would say
you would rather have one takedown where you're in control for like a minute than have 5 takedowns where you just take him down and then get back up.
Yeah.
And then I think knockdowns are worth more than takedowns.
Yeah, they should be.
Right? I feel like that's how it should work.
I would say that they are. It's not, but that's the thing is, it's not. This is worth more than the other.
It's all based on discretion.
Yeah, the judges are just like, well, I think that,
Well, it's like, dude, the amount of times I bitched about UFC 2, about how I would literally outscore the guy in every way, and the judges would still. You can never get a decision in UFC 2 if you did career mode. It wouldn't work.
Yeah, that's why I always just take him down and then full mount and then just constantly spam.
Right bumper, XY.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing is, like, I got Final Fantasy 12 the other day, and I'm gonna play it. I'm like 6.5 hours in. Apparently, it's a super long game. I've never beaten it. I've gotten far in it. I don't think I've ever beaten it, and if I have, I don't fucking remember. But it's like 80 hours, apparently. And I'm 6 hours in, or whatever I just said. But since I watched UFC Saturday, immediately Sunday, I fucking play UFC 3 and start a new career mode. And what I've been doing has been like a specialist. So if I pick brawler, I exclusively stick with boxing. striker, I exclusively stick with like kickboxing.
Yeah.
Submission specialists are the most fun though. They really are. And wrestle fuckers. Like a Khabib type.
I always found it hard to sustain a position in that game. I could never block people's transitions.
I figured out reversals. It took
sweeps and
dude.
shit?
I've been playing UFC 3 since it came out, and I finally just learned how to successfully do sweeps and reversals.
Yeah.
It's
timing.
I literally have probably over 300 hours, 400 hours in that game.
It's all a timing
And
thing.
it's all like once you hit it perfectly, you're just like fucking swinging the guy around. I'm like, oh sweet, because I did a submission specialist a few weeks ago.
Isn't it like the second they start moving, you basically have to?
Yeah,
but you have to
guess.
get what the animation is. Really,
Yeah.
is what it comes down to. But you have to hit the right direction, right?
Yeah, I made a Damian Maya type guy basically, and like I had exclusively like I think my submission game was like a 94. My grappling was like a 78. My striking was a 70. So I was like worse than Damian Maya.
What really pissed me off with that game was like when you go through the tutorials and it would teach you how to fucking defend against transitions. It would show you like a prompt on the screen.
But you don't get that in game.
And it doesn't happen in the game.
No.
Which doesn't make any sense to me. Even if it was like an option to turn it on and off. Why is it only in the fucking tutorial? It didn't make any sense. If it was in the game, it would fucking make it possible.
You get it when you do head to head though. Like when Dan comes over, we hang out. We play UFC and drink beer for like literally 2 hours straight. Like we spend probably a half hour making an event with like we do one fight in every division. Including women's. We'll do like 9 or 10 fights, whatever the maximum is.
Yeah, and then you end it with a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, and then Undertaker chokeslams Mankind up. Hell in a Cell in 1998.
Yeah, and then an Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. then Chris Benoit Crippler cross-faces his family to death with a Bowflex.
Yeah. That's the dark match. That's
Yeah.
afterwards, after they go off the air.
But yeah, when you do head to head, the reversal prompt pops up.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
And simple submissions only I've found they only work in head to head where you don't have to push the stick. You do a button prompt like the face like A X B.
That almost seems easier.
Yeah.
Because your hands, well, no, maybe not, right? Because you're using you're using the right stick.
Well, that way, you have to use both sticks to do a submission.
Yeah, but which one are you? You flick one when
you
it
flick
pops
the
up,
right stick and you hold the left stick, but when you do it the other way, it's just a button prompt.
That would be easier. But you don't want it to be easier. I would rather have it be the fucking.
Well, the way they
once
did
you
it,
get good at that, like it's fucking easy
it's not
as
even
shit,
fair.
though.
Especially when you do, when you learn how to do the submissions while you're in the clinch, that shit's hilarious. Doing like a fucking rear naked choke in a clinch.
Just standing, fucking. I just fucking at a certain point I was able to just fucking take dudes down and like immediately fucking Kimura them or some shit from side control. Because you can do that one if you hold like left bumper and left trigger and shoot a takedown. You do like this automatic transition to side control.
Yeah.
And then you just Kimura immediately.
Or you get them in a Darce.
Yeah, it's like a fucking 12-second Kimura lock. Instantly it's over. Tapping at fucking 12 seconds.
Did we talk about UFC 1 yet? Did I tell you that I watched that for the first time the
You
other
did
day?
watch it? I haven't seen it in a long time.
Dude, it was fucked up.
It's so weird.
It's so weird.
It's
it
wild
looks like a
'cause
movie.
Yeah.
Like it literally looks like Anchorman. Like that's what I get. I get the vibe because the announcers, like one of them kind of knows what he's talking about. The other two have no idea what they're talking
and
about.
And the old logo with like the Jack dude.
With the fucking, and apparently that logo was modeled after Boss Rutan, which I thought was cool. But like when that sumo wrestler just gets kicked in the mouth.
Yeah.
And he's bawling his eyes out, bleeding out of his face. Because that happens in the first, 8 minutes, dude.
Well, it's weird. Like, you see, Dan Severn wearing, shoes.
Yeah.
What is going on here? Like, this is not regulated
and
at
then
all.
I thought it was really absurd that they did
He's wearing, tennis shoes.
They did a
shit.
ceremony mid-event to honor the Gracie family for inventing jiu-jitsu, or Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's strange, but whatever.
Well, it's like you kind of took Japanese jiu-jitsu and changed it,
Yeah,
right?
you just made it like more. You injected crime into it. Is what you did. It's Japanese jiu-jitsu with fucking Brazilian police corruption.
Yeah,
And motorcycle chases with dash cams.
They certainly changed the fucking game, but
Yeah,
it was already the groundwork was there. But I mean, they made it way more practical. That's for fucking sure.
you know what's crazy is the sumo wrestler from UFC 1 that gets his teeth kicked out is a fucking main character in Hawaii 5-0. Did you know that?
What?
Did you know that?
No.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious. He's like a main character in Hawaii 5-0.
That's wicked.
And he's wicked young too. He's like in his early 40s still. Like he was only like
He
20.
had to have been, like-
he was like 23 when when UFC 1 happened. Like so maybe he's in his
It seems like that
maybe
was
he's almost in
longer
his
than that.
50s.
It seems like UFC 1 was like forever ago, but it
was
really wasn't.
93, I think it was.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
No. Let me look.
I mean, even if you watch like the first like 3 or 4 UFC.
Oh
events,
yeah, and I was right about the John Jones thing about how the co-mains are better than the main event. The co-main for the Gustafsson fight where he knocked him out in the 3rd round, the co-main was Nunes killing Cyborg in public.
Yeah.
And that was like
She did die too for a little while.
yeah.
They had to bring her back. Clear.
Oh wait, hang on. I have a popular Google search for HIV. Oh shit.
Yeah, what was that all about?
A
Somebody got
new
HIV.
strain of HIV. Oh, well, there's the second plague.
That's good.
That's not bad.
Why don't they just not, why don't they just cure the new strain,
UFC 1's Taylor Wiley. So he just turned 50.
Taylor Wiley.
Yep.
I wonder if he's related to the
Marcellus
Coyote.
Wiley?
No, Wiley Coyote.
Taylor Wiley Coyote. Marcellus Taylor Wiley Coyote.
Yeah. It's gotta be. He's gotta be. There's not that many Wileys, There's Kylies. There's more Kylies than Wileys, I would say.
Sumo career record. Sumo is so fucking weird, dude. I don't
Sumo's
get it.
fucked.
That's
They're like, hey, let's get huge, and then
push
we'll
each
push
other.
each other out of a circle. That's what it
That's
is.
literally what it is.
It's like those turtle races we were talking about with Cass, You just except for I guess the turtles are trying to get out of the circle first. That's the difference.
Well, no, we were talking about crayfish racing too.
It's all the same thing. You could race whatever you want in a circle. It'd be so funny if we did like it's just a sumo wrestling circle, but we have people in it and they just race to the outside of the circle.
Oh my god, that would be perfect.
Turtle races for humans. They just sprint for like a quarter of a second. Like it's like 2 steps. It's like an acceleration contest.
That'd be beautiful.
Yeah, they should put that in the NFL Combine, dude. Be like the 40-yard dash, but like
no, except
40-inch dash.
No. Here we go. I got it. The 40-yard dash, but instead of cleats, they just duct tape turtles to your feet.
Yeah.
And you got to make it to the end without killing the turtles.
Why don't they do the thing where you carry like an egg on a spoon or some shit?
Oh, you balance a turtle on like a fucking pizza stone. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Dude, oh my god. Why has nobody ever thought of this? You know what would be an amazing circus act? Juggling small animals.
I'm sure somebody's done that. Like squirrels and shit.
Like juggling is already wicked cool.
Yeah.
But when you're juggling like
Dude's got like a possum and like a fucking like a lizard.
you're just dude, lizards would be perfect. Salamanders, because they don't have bones.
Yeah.
You could just whip them around and do crazy shit like
Yeah, like do
fushigis.
tricks with them and shit. Under the legs.
Oh my god! Do you remember those little weasels on a string that people would do the tricks with their hands?
Weasels on a string.
Yeah, what the fuck were they called? The little like furry things on a string. Oh, furry things. On string tricks.
I'm like very vaguely remembering what that is. Furry things on a string. What do you even type in?
I typed in furry things on a string. Oh. Tricks.
Furry. That should work.
The magic twisty worm. That's.
I don't think that's what it is, right? Oh my god, this is.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. If you're listening, look up Magic Twisty Worm Magixney Rubsec. Kids' toy videos.
I'll just put this in without sound. That's what I'll do. Because otherwise we'll get...
So yeah, but do that, but with like live animals. And you juggle them.
Oh, look, he went right through the fucking CD. That was intense.
What happened to yo-yos? That's like a worse version of a yo-yo.
No. Well, yo-yos became the remember those Astro Jacks?
You mean the yo-yo balls?
Yeah. Well, no, they had yo-yos were pretty big. Honestly, they were pretty big. And then
were they?
Yeah, they were pretty big. Everybody had a fucking yo-yo, dude.
I didn't.
Well,
I didn't know how to do it.
I'm talking like 80s, you know?
Oh.
That was when everybody had
I had a yo-yo ball, the ones that automatically retracted because I was handicapped.
I want to write down this video so I can put it in this fucking episode. There was these things called Astro Jacks in like the 90s, and I still have them actually. But it was like these 3 balls on a string.
Oh my god!
It had like a ball on each end of the string, and then a ball in the middle, and it was loose, and it could go up and down the string. And you would like drop one end of it, and the end ball would flip around. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Astro Jacks. Yeah, you can do all kinds of tricks with it, dude. Know how I said 90s? It's 90s as fuck. I love how they're all they're in like a street with fucking a bunch of graffiti.
This is the one I wanted to show you and Cam when we were talking about MP3 players.
I found something really big that's really small.
Oh shit, that's
my first MP3 player.
Enter your favorite music. Download tons of free videos from tigertube.com, or even download a video you created. And it has a built-in radio, so you can listen to and record music.
Huh.
Things really do come in massively many packages.
Bro, real talk though, I would, dude. Hilary Duff could get it.
Yeah, she was pretty.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
fuck.
That was some Disney Channel shit, dude.
Yo, Hilary Duff was gorgeous. Like, she still is gorgeous. Holy fuck. You know what? Like
I haven't seen her lately.
You know, a pop star is like has done well when you don't hear about her after she becomes an adult. You know what I mean? Because you got your Lindsay Lohans, your Amanda Byneses, your fucking.
Speaking of Amanda Byneses,
your Britney Spears, your Selena's. You know.
Yeah. I was thinking about the Amanda show the other day because there was this fucking like part at the end of like every episode that was like super dark, and I didn't realize it when I was a kid. But her mom was in a fucking hot air balloon at the end of every fucking episode, just like lost in a hot air balloon.
Really?
Yeah, and she was always like calling out for help at the end of like every episode of the Amanda show.
I don't remember that at all.
There was just a weird fucking shot of her mom in a fucking hot air balloon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, we gotta watch that then.
Yeah, we
because
do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, put Amanda show hot air balloon, dude. And it scares the shit out of me because it's like it's in every fucking episode. And somebody mentioned it on a podcast, and they were like, "Oh yeah, remember when fucking There was, I don't know, they were talking about hot air balloons, and I was like, wow, shit, that is actually pretty fucking dark, because like, it's just someone desperate for help at the end of every episode of a child fucking TV show. I don't know if they ever did like a bit to like start that off, or if they just started doing it, where her mom was just in a hot air balloon. But I for sure don't want to be in a hot air balloon ever. Because those are shit. Your life is basically in the hands of a balloon. And you're in a basket. Not interested.
Like, is it this one? Is it this video?
A balloon is not. What the fuck? This isn't it. This is
This isn't it? Are you sure?
I don't think that's it, right?
Are you sure
This is
it's
not it.
Are you sure it's not this one?
No, that's just not it.
That looks like Amanda Bynes.
No, it doesn't, though.
Thank you for reaching out.
Oh, my God. Oh,
About your sister.
that's scary, dude.
Oh, you know what she looks like? Oh, my God.
I'm, like, uncomfortable. I'm not even putting this one in the video.
No.
I can't. That's pretty scary.
She looks like a character from Time Splitters, but I'm trying to figure out who it is. I think it's the Changeling. I think that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's the one.
But yeah, that was that.
See, I don't remember that at all, man.
Yeah, I remember it. They even had dancing lobsters. Do you remember the dancing
I
lobster?
remember the dancing lobsters, yeah. That's this is the character that she is. Oh, is it not gonna? There it is. That's what she looks
Kind of
like.
reminds me of like Katana or some shit, you know?
Yeah, or not. Melina is the one you're thinking of.
Oh yeah, the one that eats people.
Yeah, that's Melina.
Which one's which one's Katana?
Katana's the blue one.
Oh, yeah.
Melina is the pink magenta one that has the claw mouth.
I thought there was like multiple that had claw mouths.
Baraka has one.
Yeah, Baraka.
Baraka's such a little bitch, dude. He dies in every game. They
Does
just
he?
replace him with a new actor.
Oh, that's always a way to do it, right? They did that with Carmine,
Very true.
basically. I watched Critical Role this week, and
Was it animated?
no, they dressed up in Halloween costumes. They all dressed up as a character they voiced, and Laura Bailey dressed up as Kate from Gears because she was the voice actor for it.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was such a nasty costume. Like, it was a full-blown, like, from Microsoft with, like, the lights and shit, like, the whole fucking armor. Wicked cool. Those things have to cost so much, though. You can buy them, like, the authentic fucking...
Armor.
Yeah. But it's, like, battery-powered and shit. Like, it's got to have some kind of fucking... It's like it runs on, like, fucking 18D batteries.
Well, I was gonna say it runs on like 3,000 watch batteries.
Yeah. You have to buy like a fucking 30 pack of fucking those little
Those
the
single-
Duracell
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
yeah. You just stack them on top of each other, slide it in there. It's like a Pez dispenser.
Oh, you know what I was thinking about was like you never see C batteries.
C batteries.
C batteries. I'll look them up.
I don't even remember what B batteries look like.
I don't think there are B batteries.
Those are batteries.
But yeah, Dimitri Martin, good one.
There's got to be, right? Because why would they go to C?
B batteries. There aren't B batteries.
So there's A.
Oh,
What?
here we go.
Why aren't there B batteries?
They were specifically used in vacuum tubes. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know what
So
that
there
is.
were B batteries, but they were probably like like very specifically designed for certain products.
Yeah,
Not sold.
I saw something about World War One in there somewhere.
Yeah, like I would imagine they were just designed, like they were probably put in products like I can hear your phone a lot. They were probably like only like those internal batteries is what they were. Honestly, the batteries that are in this are actually designed for internal, like 18650 batteries were designed like as internal batteries. They're not ever really meant to be pulled out of anything. Like they were designed for certain appliances.
That's why they
and
have
shit.
to have the wrapping on them.
That's why they're dangerous if you're stupid with them. But like, because they're not meant to be packaged and sold to consumers.
What batteries am I thinking of? What's the
C
batteries
are the fucking huge ones. Then there's the ones with the 2 pegs. Those are
9-volt?
9-volt batteries. And those are the ones where you put your tongue on them. You know,
Oh yeah, those are the batteries I was thinking of. I always thought those were fucking C batteries.
dude, 9 volts were so weird because they'd have to like remember they'd have like the like little plastic piece that you'd plug them into that was like held together with like 2 little wires.
Yeah,
It was like a
That
red
shit
and a black
sucked.
wire, and then you'd have to like put it on the little plastic piece and then tuck the fucking wires back in and place it in there somehow.
yeah. My dad had these really old like handheld LED games, like baseball and football. They were just these little. They were from like the early '80s, and that's what they used. And
So they're just DC batteries, right? So they're just a DC circuit, like a 9-volt circuit is all it is. So one's a fucking. It's just going out one and then back into the other. The other side's a ground, basically, or a like a
I'm
neutral.
the wrong person to ask. I could get you like the heart rate for the battery, but I can't do much else.
Well, I guess technically they all are, right? That's why there's a positive and a negative end. It's got to
Yeah.
come back into the battery.
Probably.
DC is direct current. It means that there's one path for.
An AC/DC is a great
They're
band.
like an 80s rock band. Yeah.
You know, that was another thing I wanted to mention. I was reading this thing about the worst singers, and a lot of people were naming hair metal bands. And I watched a video, and I think you've shown me this video before, and it was the lead singer of Motley Crue trying to sing a song. Have you seen that?
I don't think so.
Well, we'll watch it after this because I don't want you
What
to.
song is he trying to sing?
I gotta find it. It was something awful, man. He sounded so bad.
I don't know. I think we should talk about batteries more.
I'm with you. Talking about batteries.
Yeah, it's always good.
I wanted to talk more about those fucking handheld games because those things were so cool. It was literally like the baseball one
like
was
the
one of
beep,
my.
boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep,
Yeah,
boop.
dude, they
And
were
that's
just
all
LEDs
they did was
with like. So the baseball one was like the size of
yeah.
like, I don't know.
There was like 3 different.
It was like the size of a Game Boy, basically. And the baseball one was a baseball diamond, and then home plate, first, second, third, the pitcher's mound, and then 3 spots in the outfield had spots for LED lights.
Yeah. And then it
And
would
when
just
you
go
would
blip,
go to
blip, blip,
when,
blip, blip, blip,
yeah,
blip,
when
blip.
you would go to bat, you had to when the light hit home plate, you had to hit the button. The faster you hit the button, the better of a hit you got.
Yeah.
Because those games on that thing would end like they'd be like 21-18 or some shit. Like, and then
It's because you could only throw a fastball.
yeah, and then for
And it was still a slow ball because it was
Yeah.
like doot, it was like doot, doot.
yeah, basically game. It was like Game and Watch. And then I remember when you were on defense, you would have to like literally guess where which light was gonna light up or something like that. You had to literally guess which light was gonna go beep.
Yeah, that's.
I had a football one too, which was just running. Like
Yeah.
it was like it was like Flappy Bird, but on like fucking LED lights. Dude, oh my god, I lament the '90s so much, even though I was born in '96, you know. So, but I just
You caught the tail. end.
everything from the '90s looking back just seems weird in a way because from like the 70s to the 80s, like all of 1980, that decade, it seemed like there was these huge waves video games became popular, personal computers became popular. And then in the 90s, they leveled up. The 90s were basically like a leveled up version of the 80s. And then all of a sudden, like, now it's 2019 and we have computers in our pockets that are more powerful than computers that we had like 12 years ago. I have a PlayStation 1 built into my cell phone. I have a PlayStation 1 that I have in my pocket with surround sound headphones that are wireless. And I'm thinking to myself, like, back in the 90s, the idea of just having a Game Boy was mind-blowing. Being able to carry Super Mario around with you was mind-blowing. And here I am with an entire console. Like, the 90s just seemed so nice because it was a slower period. Like, people didn't have to get used to new technology so fast.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was evolving as fast. Well, it's just computers in general now. They can do so much that, like, you can move technology so quickly.
Yeah, and it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing because I feel like...
Also, you have so many hands in the soup, too, coming up with new shit.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have that back then. You'd have to have access to that kind of, like, technology and shit.
That's why I think...
now anybody can make a fucking app and then be popular in fucking 3 days, you know?
Yeah.
It's gigantic next week.
But that's the thing, too, is it's only going to be big for a while.
And then then the week after, it's fucking donezo.
Like, did we watch it here with Cam? The Bagel Boss guy?
Yeah.
And that guy was huge. He was on the Jim Norton show. He was on fucking Howard Stern.
Yeah.
He was opening and he was doing open mics in fucking New York City for stand-up comedy.
Yeah, not good, though.
And he was like popular for maybe 10 days. Like, he had the outburst. A few days later, he was on the news. A few days later, he was on Howard Stern, Jim Norton, and then
we brought him back.
We brought him back last week to give him another one view,
just
on a
one
video.
last hurrah, you know.
And it's like, if that happened in the 90s, like, because...
Well, if that happened in the 90s, that guy, no one knows who he is because no one had a camera in their pocket.
Well, I think, let's say it was recorded in the 90s. The exposure it would have gotten
in the 90s,
like,
so like
there was so much less information coming towards you that like things that would excite you back then would be nothing nowadays. I guess is what I'm getting at.
They had to fucking shoot it with a Polaroid or some shit.
Flip it like a Polaroid picture.
No, yeah, like that's how they fucking. That's the only way you could get them, though.
I remember. Did your dad had a camcorder? You guys are white. When your dad was 35, he bought a camcorder, right? Because that's what my dad.
Yeah,
did.
everybody had a camcorder.
Like,
and then,
as soon as your dad turns 35, when he's white, he buys a camcorder.
Yeah.
So my dad had one.
That's the whitest shit, dude.
Dude.
No, I've never seen a black dude with a camcorder unless they're filming movies in the back of a fucking movie theater and then bootlegging it to 1 million people on BearShare.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're right.
No, camcorders are so white, dude. And they would fucking like, you get every holiday ever. It's like, oh shit, it's Easter. Time to get the camcorder out. Oh, we went camping for 2 days. Time to get the camcorder out.
No, I think it was great because like it was really sweet what my parents did. My dad mostly because it was his camcorder, and he would for Easter, he would record us like hunting for our Easter baskets, and it was wicked funny because like you'd see me run off to the back room where like his office is, and then he would turn around and like peek around the corner, and the basket would be there, and he would like be purposefully like framing it, and like being in the way. So it's funny, but it's really weird when you like when I go home, and like I look at the cassette tapes and like the TV stand has all the cassettes in it. Or VHS tapes, rather. It's like so much shit that I literally don't remember at all is permanently on these tapes. Like, I don't remember any, like, I don't really remember anything from my childhood. I don't know if that's because it's probably because of trauma, but like.
You know what's weird is that we're not gonna. I don't know if that's gonna be a thing anymore. Like, your phone only has like a finite amount of space. And unless you have like a Google Drive or something and you have kids, you're not going to record like your entire Christmas fucking opening presents and shit.
my God,
Back then, you could put it all on a fucking tape.
Yeah.
Get a fucking label maker, stick that shit on there, and then you have a fucking entire shelf, like you were talking about, of fucking holidays, like family holidays, Christmas '98,
surprise parties. My grandpa had a camcorder that literally was like the size of a Nintendo 64 cartridge, and a screen flipped out on the side. But it took a fucking memory stick, but like the original ones that were like as big as a stick of gum.
Yeah.
And I remember his was cool because he wasn't good enough with a computer to name everything, but everything was on the computer. He just didn't rename it. So it's just all these random dates.
Yeah.
But like it's cool because you can scroll to like birthdays, like on the
then
computer.
you know what it is.
So you can be like, oh, my birthday's June 27th. So you can like scroll to June 27th. Like it'll be like June 27th, probably like 2006. You know, and it's like whatever him and I did, or like anniversaries
every single day.
Like he always recorded the end of tax season. At the end of tax season, the whole family would have a dinner together because they were all working, and now they're not working anymore.
You just gotta get the Google Nest. You gotta get the Google Nest, dude, and then install it in your fucking house.
It's really cool though.
Then you record every fucking day.
I didn't think about it till you said it. It's gonna be really sad because I hate getting my picture taken, and I don't like taking pictures. Like, I saw Blue October last night, and I only took 3 pictures the whole show.
That's what I mean. Like, it's like we have access to a camera all the time, but it's like disposable. Like, in a way, it's fucking disposable because we don't really hold on to those images. Like, one day, fucking a month and a half later, we're like, oh, my phone's full. Delete a couple of these or whatever. We don't really think about it unless it's like backed up to something. It's like, and even when we do shoot videos now, it's fucking 30 seconds, and it's for Instagram or whatever. It's never a fucking 3-hour home video of fucking your kids opening presents. So I wonder if that's, ever going to come back and be a thing. I'm sure there'd be a way, honestly, maybe it's just a fucking market that is missed where we could make an app. You just fucking record videos.
Yeah, send us pictures of your kids celebrating holidays.
Yeah. Send us your home movies, dude. We'll check them out.
We'll label them and send them back to you.
Yeah. That's all it is.
You will get your dick sucked within a year.
Within a year, or your money back. We just have a label. We just have shit tons of label makers in one room.
Yeah, and then like.
We're like misspelling shit.
Like the 300th VHS tape we get, we just put question marks and then send it back. Yeah. they're just like they email us. They're like, hey, how come why did you write question marks on the label? And we'll just be like, we don't know when 300 came out. And then
we're like way off the timelines.
When did 300 come out? 2000.
I want to say 6 or 7.
6 or 7. I think it's 7. I don't want to look it up.
I would say it was 06.
Oh, going back to we were talking about final bosses earlier, like an hour ago. 2 hours. I don't even know how long.
I don't remember that because we don't have camcorders to record. That's basically what we're doing, though.
Know,
we're recording home movies. Yeah. Should have called the podcast Home Movies.
Yeah.
But they already had that. That was an Adult Swim show. That was a weird show. Brendan Small was in that.
Yeah, and so was John Benjamin.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the coach, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brendan Small was the dude with the orange hair. And they were all shaking and shit all the time. Like the animation was kind of cool.
That fucking show is bad. I'm sorry. I really don't like that show.
No, I just like the animation.
I'd rather watch Harvey Birdman or Space Ghost.
I'd rather watch Xavier Renegade Angel.
But going back to final bosses, you know what games have the fucking shittiest and worst final bosses? Fighting games.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at Budokai over there when we were talking about it earlier, and I was like, dude, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 is legitimately the most bullshit fighting game I've ever played, even though it's so fun. When you have to fight Frieza, when he gets to perfect form, you have 1 health bar and he has 3.
Oh yeah, but you're Super Saiyan, so
yeah, but you get knocked down once you lose your Super Saiyan.
yeah, you literally just have to hope that you land the fucking Super Kamehameha like
3
times in a row.
Yeah,
which is punch, kick, E.
it is. Also, how do you feel about that new Star Wars game that's coming out?
And then you'd hit punch, kick, and then on E, he'd always block it.
Yeah. Or you would just do punch, E, and then you would just do a regular
And then he would just
Kamehameha,
block it.
And then he would just block it.
That's all they had to do in Dragon Ball was do that, and then block it.
Yeah, it was like it was like pink from the wall.
Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably end up getting that shit when it comes
out in
out.
2 weeks.
It does?
Yeah.
You know what? I won't get it when it comes out. I'll get it 3 weeks after it comes out, and everybody tells me how awful it is.
Yep.
Because
I think it comes out actually next Friday. It comes out the 15th. So next.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I would imagine a lot of shit's coming out. That Dragon Ball Kakarot is coming out too, pretty soon, and I don't even know anything about it.
Me neither.
Like I've seen some stuff, but it's not gameplay.
I'm not interested in it. I'm really not.
I just want them to do Budokai again. Budokai 3. Just fucking remaster Budokai 3.
Again?
Yeah. They actually... Did they remaster 3 or was it... I think they did 1 and 3.
Yeah.
And they didn't do 2 for whatever reason.
Because 2 was wicked.
It was weird as shit. That was the one with the board game. Right?
Yeah. Where it was like you would literally fight Cybermen every other fight.
Yeah.
It was so retarded.
You definitely did
so
do
retarded.
That. And they were like different colors and shit once in a while.
Just go,
and they were always too small for you to jab.
Yeah, they would just
You'd
miss.
always
miss
punch over them.
Dude, that game's so bad. I watched a playthrough of Dragon Ball Z Sagas before a few weeks ago, and that one was garbage. I never played it though. That's the one that's like the beat 'em up. One. It's just like a fucking old school beat 'em up. But Dragon Ball skin.
Yeah.
Like you can't even fly or anything. You have to glide everywhere. And
yeah, you don't have to fly.
It's like a Dragon Ball mixed with Gauntlet Dark Legacy. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. There's just so many Dragon Ball games. But they like a lot of them were really good. I feel like as soon as Budokai came out, people were like, shit, just keep giving us these.
Yeah.
Keep giving us these. And then they're like, oh, you want a board game with Cybermen? Here you go.
Yeah, that's literally how it went. Hey, did you play Red Dead Redemption 2 yet?
No.
Okay, me neither. I was gonna buy that, but I'm not going to now. I was gonna wait for you to tell me how okay it was.
Is it on PC yet?
It just came out. It's awful. It's awful, dude.
I might get it on console. I think it's locked at 60 frames on console anyway.
Yeah.
And my console, it would probably run it better. Maybe.
And your computer? No.
Maybe. I don't know.
Unless you have like a 1X, I don't know. Probably not. Your computer is better than my computer, and I can run Grand Theft Auto 5 on my computer.
I almost bought Grand Theft Auto 5 again on PC. Almost did. It's $15 right now, I think.
That's really decent.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost did that. Except I bought Skater XL and then I refunded it. Because I'm like,
wait, you refunded it already?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you say that part earlier.
I didn't say that actually. I don't think. It's interesting. Like your left stick controls your back foot. I skate goofy, so I was skating goofy. So my left stick is my back foot. My right stick is my right. So you pull down and you let it go. You let the sticks go to ollie. So what you do to kick flip is you pull both down. You let your left stick go, and your front foot has to go up into that side. So the control scheme is weird, and it doesn't take that long to get used to, but like it's a little strange. And I would imagine I would get used to it, but like I said, it doesn't. There's nothing you're really aiming for. I skated around in both of the skate parks for like, I don't know, fucking a half hour. I was like, well, I'm done with this. Like, I've got everything I needed out of it.
That's really disappointing.
In fact, the second skate park that I played is in beta right now. I had to download a beta version of the game to even get the second park. And they're not even big parks. But, like, most of the people that play it, they download like modded skate parks. So like they create their own but it's like I don't want that. I want the fucking game to have this shit.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, I went into the pause menu, went into the tutorials and shit, tried to back out of the pause menu, and then the pause menu was stuck on my screen while I was playing the game and would not go away. Anytime I hit pause, it was bringing up another pause menu.
That's amazing. Actually.
So I was like, dude, this is buggy as shit. Like, time to not have this. I'll pay for it. I will pay full price for it when they add shit and the game is actually a game. But right now it's a fucking tech demo. Like, even not even that.
How much was it? 30?
15.
15?
I think full price it's 30.
Probably.
So way not worth it. $30. But those developers have been working on it for a while. It's like, shouldn't you have more than one park in a park that's in beta that's like fucking 100 square feet? Like, figure it out, guys. I get it, but you've been working on it for 4 years or some shit. 3 years, maybe. I don't know. But it's been fucking almost a decade since Skate 3, hasn't it? When the fuck was Skate 3?
I think it was 2011. Let me look.
I mean, it has to be getting close to 10 years. And, I mean, it's...
2010.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's almost been 10 years here. It's like, it's about time for a skateboard game.
I feel like EA's gonna fucking ruin it. Like,
oh, they're going to, for sure. The second they come out with a Skate 4, it's like, oh, here's Skateboard Ultimate Team. Here's fucking get 99 overall Tony Hawk. Exclusive pre-order edition.
An amethyst Bob Burnquist.
Yeah. Platinum Jeff Raleigh. Yeah, dude, I just got the gold Mullen the other day, dude. I pulled it out of a fucking ultimate pack.
You have a
I bought it. I got a new element
you have,
card.
Instead of like being a gem, you have Bam Margera, but it's like a 30-day AA chip.
Yeah, you get bronze Bam Margera, 88 overall.
Yeah, and then you can get like.
But you got to re-sign him to a contract right off the bat.
Yeah, you can get Championship Edition Chris Benoit.
Yeah,
and he crippler crossfaces a skateboard.
He's got like a 12 overall because he's not a skateboarder.
He just murders like another team.
I want games to do that. Like, I wish Ultimate Team would just put like people who aren't skateboard or aren't NFL players in, and then just give them shit ratings.
There was a really funny thing that 2K did a few years ago.
Like with 2K, I would expect them to put like fucking DMX in the game or some shit. And be like,
yeah, right.
No, he's got an 8 overall. So
it had something to do with Danny Ainge, the general manager of the Celtics, and Terry Rozier, who used to play for the Celtics and he plays for the Hornets now. But they were like really close, and Ainge loved Terry as like his favorite player. And Danny Ainge played back in the day, and he was decent, but the thing is if you had Terry Rozier and Danny Ainge on the same team, they were both 95 overalls, but only if they were on the court together.
It's a chemistry thing. That's what it is.
It was fucking hilarious.
Team chemistry doesn't exist anymore in those games either, really.
No, because
fucking weird.
I've been playing 2K, and you have like a bonus if your chemistry is over like 90%, but nothing changes. Like, it's just like how confidence works in Madden. I don't think it works.
I do like the X Factor shit they added, though.
See, that's why I want to get 20, just for that. If you do a creative player, can you pick the X Factor?
Yeah. There's like certain ones.
Disgusting.
Yeah. I think mine was like, I think it was like a precision thing. So if you complete like 5 passes in a row, you're like, you have a boost of precision, or like, no, throws on the run or something I had. But like, you got like Aaron Rodgers where if you complete 5, you can't throw an interception. There's one where like, but like if you throw an incomplete pass, it kills it off, and then you have to throw 5 completed passes again. There's one for Devontae Adams where you have to hit 2 like 20+ yard passes with him, which is actually harder than it sounds. Like, and I think it gives him like a boost to his route running and speed and catching and shit or something. It
That's
makes him
wild.
ridiculous. So then if you have them both on X Factor, you're just like, just run a go because you're going to score on every time. I've been playing 15-minute quarters. Like full-blown fucking game with clock runoff and shit. So like you get like realistic drives, and I've tuned my sliders to where I actually have to punt. So it doesn't feel like a video game anymore.
That's crazy.
I just want to get it to a simulation because EA doesn't. Madden is not a simulation game. It's a fucking arcade game disguised as a fucking simulation game. And there's no such thing as a football sim anymore. But that's what I want. So I'm just trying to make it as close as I can to a football sim.
Apparently, they're making NCAA 2020.
I heard something about that.
In 2021, that's the rumor for NCAA games to come back because the NCAA is passing a law making it okay, or passing a rule to make it okay for players to profit off their own likeness. But there's some strings attached.
Well, they should have that at least, right? Because then they can make money. You know, they're not making money from playing. So
There was some big thing about it. The NCAA gets a cut of it, apparently.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
They get a big enough cut already. 100% cut.
That's one
is
of the
pretty
things
fucking
that I
good.
flip-flop on a lot is paying the athletes. My argument against doing it is that you would only be paying the basketball players and the football players.
Yeah, but you should only be paying. You should be paying them based on the ratings of who's watching it.
Exactly.
People are watching it. If people are watching it, then you deserve to make money. There's a reason people are watching it.
Yeah, it was just like the big thing was Zion Williamson last year. About how fucking Barack Obama and all these other fucking insane celebrities went to the Duke North Carolina game last year when Zion fucking tripped out of his shoes. Remember that? His shoe exploded when he like jumped or some shit and he twisted his ankle. And it was like the fastest sold out game between Duke and North Carolina ever. But all these crazy celebrities went. Like the first 3 rows was all famous celebrities to watch Zion Williamson play, and he didn't get any money for that. That's really stupid. So that's my reason for doing it, because like you said, you're going there to watch, like, especially when you're a team like Duke or Carolina or Kentucky or, you know, whoever. Those 3 are the big ones. When you're going there to watch a specific player that's going to be a superstar,
Yeah.
that's when, like, why not give players just a cut of home ticket sales?
Yeah.
Just
you
do
could
that.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, it's like, because it's just that I feel like the people who are playing in sports that aren't televised are going to feel
Alienated.
boned by it, but it's like, but you're not. No one knows who you are. So, you know, go play basketball.
That's basically, I mean, you know, you have professional athletes that complain about the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, nobody knows who the fuck Mike Trout is, even though he's the best baseball player on the planet, because nobody
Watches
First
baseball.
off, the baseball doesn't market baseball at all, which I think is ridiculous. The MLB does not market its own product
Not
at
really.
all. And 2, I mean, nobody really likes baseball.
No one watches
It's
baseball.
not that nobody likes it. Nobody watches it. It's not as popular.
But it's like there's a reason why, you know, Russell Wilson makes more money than fucking, you know, Blake Martinez. You know, it's like they're just, I don't know. There's a personality thing that is big for sure. Your social media following can give you a good gauge of how popular the player is.
Does Blake Martinez play for the Angels, or is he
No,
the
he's
linebacker for the Packers?
Yeah, he's a linebacker.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's strange because there's the argument like, oh yeah, they're getting a fucking scholarship and shit, but they're not going to school for school.
That's my main argument, though, is that people say that, but it's really the only players that are going to drop out of school when they're athletes are players that think that they're going to make it big. Most players don't leave, or most players graduate. Like, I would say a solid 90% of all football players graduate. They don't leave for the draft. I would say 95% of players don't drop out for the draft. And then the same for basketball players. I mean, only 60 players get drafted by the NBA a year. And you maybe have the top, 100 players dropping out to try and make the NBA. The rest are slim pickings for the European and Australian leagues.
True.
So when people say, they don't go there to go to school, the elite athletes, the elite recruits don't go there to go to school. But I would say over 95% of all student athletes graduate or are there to graduate.
Yeah, and then it's also like you look at what those fucking degrees, like the success rate of finding a job after those degrees,
especially if you're a student athlete too. Like if you're an SU player, and let's say you're not even good enough to play overseas, you're just like a solid, like you're a power forward, and for 4 years you average like 9-3-3, or 9-8-2 or something. Like you're just a decent, like Andy Rauten's type player. Or like a Paul Harris. I mean, I think they both played in other countries, but only for a couple of years. But your degree that you're going to get, plus the fact that you're a local, you're a college athlete in Central New York, you can get any job in Central New York that you want. You could even just stay, like do what Jerry McNamara did and try out professional leagues and then come back and coach. And he's basically going to be the next Jim Boeheim. He's in line.
Yeah. He's going to hand him the glove one of these days. Boeheim's going to hand him the glove. That's going to be my new phrase for
instead of passing the torch. That's amazing.
Pass him the glove. And then when Roethlisberger actually gives the backup quarterback the glove, that's going to be the day, dude.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's how I feel about that whole situation, especially because
why don't they just not play football? Why don't they just not show it on TV?
You know what's crazy to me too is college football probably makes more money than the NBA does per year. Like I think they get way better ratings too.
I would say so.
What's this?
The thing is, they got so many goddamn college teams.
Yeah, and I love shitting on the NBA because I hate most.
What
of
if
the
they
NBA
did
fans,
well, I mean, they sort of do with the divisions, but what if they did what soccer does?
Relegation?
With tiers of leagues.
Like relegations.
Yeah, basically. But I mean, they in a way they do, right?
Yeah, you have the
with
Power 5 and the G5. And then you have, are we talking football?
Yeah.
You have the Power 5. You have the SEC, ACC, Big 10, Big 12, and Pac-10 or Pac-12. And then in the group of 5, you have the American Athletic Conference, the Mountain West, the Sun Belt, the other two.
Yeah, but it's like you don't.
The Big East, I think, is still a thing.
Big East is a thing, I think.
Or no, the Big East is the American Conference. So I like the idea of doing a 8-team playoff. You pick one winner from each.
I think the more teams they could possibly put in the playoffs is the better.
Yeah.
Because there's so many goddamn divisions and conferences and shit. I mean, in college football, that's the thing. You don't know who the fuck is the better team when they're not playing each other. So if you can throw them into the playoffs, then do it. It's going to prove who actually is fucking better than who. Especially, it's just if there's that many fucking teams, why wouldn't you want an expanded playoff? And more playoff games is good for college football. It's going to get more people to tune in. Maybe less bowl games.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. Because they start bowl season now. Like when we were kids, bowl season started like the 20th of December.
Yeah.
And now it starts like the 10th.
They're probably playing a bowl game right now. We don't even know about it.
They probably are.
There's like 13 of them going on right now across the country. Opening week of college football, there's a bowl game.
It's rivalry week soon. I think it's like only 3 weeks from now.
There's got to be a week for everything, dude. 12 overall week, They just let all the 12 overalls play against each other.
What? What do you mean?
12 overalls.
I don't know what that means.
They only have a 12 overall rating.
But there's only one per sport. Are they all like competing against each other in like a decathlon or something?
Well, it doesn't have to be. It could be like a circle, like a sumo wrestling thing, and then they like sprint to the end of it.
With turtles on their feet?
12 speed. What do you want me to do? Wear turkeys on my feet? Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah. It's Tiny Ted dancing.
I really have to pee before I continue because I go bad.
Yeah.
So, just hang out.
All right. I don't know what you want me to talk about. So, yeah. So, now that guy's gone, he's talking to people. So we are thinking about, I've been talking to Cam, who was just on the show, and I've been talking to Zemiah, who does his own podcast. He's also been on the show. And we are thinking about doing like a little network sort of thing where we sort of promote each other's shows. And even if we don't do a network, we can at least like fucking, just, they're yelling at each other now. The dogs are yelling at them. Even if we don't do a network, it's like we could at least promote each other's shows on ours, which I think would help us, and it would also help them, so Cam's podcast is called Cam Jam. We talked about it on the last episode when he was here. He's got an episode out already. It came out a couple days ago. I think it was like November 4th. And then Zemiah's show is called Constructive Cynicism, and that's on pretty much most platforms. I believe they're both on like Spotify and Anchor. I think they're both hosted by Anchor. So yeah, go check them out. I enjoy listening to both their podcasts, but the idea is like we all do similar podcasts, and we basically don't have much experience in the field, so we just basically decided like, fuck it, we'll make a little network. We all have the same general idea, and if we find any more shows or people start shows that are similar to this, we'll add them to it. But it's just kind of a promotional idea. Also, I mentioned in the last episode, holiday sale for our merch. If you're listening and you haven't gotten any merch from us yet, go to our website and click on merch. We got shirts, we got hoodies, hats, and everything's 20% off. So just let us know. I have a Square reader for my cell phone. So like, when I meet up with you to give you the product, because we do them all, we'll hand deliver them, so that we don't have to ship them. But when I meet up with you, I can just take the card. I can swipe your credit card and take the payment there. So that'll make it a little more convenient for people. But that's the general idea, is we're looking into this whole network thing. Haven't really decided what we're going to do with it. Maybe I was thinking of just getting a fucking website and putting like a landing page on it and going, here's like the 3 shows that are on it right now, and like if we can find other shows, we'll just add them to it. I've even been thinking about launching another podcast, just a solo thing, just something to play around with. Mm-hmm. But like I've had some ideas like floating around, like what I want to do with it. Like I don't know if I want to do like gaming reviews or like fucking football talk, or like I was even thinking about doing like this weird fucking like Wikipedia show where I basically pick a topic and I start on it, and then I just like go down a rabbit hole, like learning about different shit.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I was gonna call it Rabbit Hole and fucking just have it be like, I could even do a video if I wanted to, just capture my fucking screen, go down these fucking, anytime I see something that I'm like, what the fuck is that, we'll go down it and then fucking learn about it together.
You better do this because I want to steal that idea.
I like the idea of it. Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's cool. I was like, well, yeah, that could actually work. And I don't know if I want to do video or not, but like, why not, really? But it would be easy to shoot, and just an extra thing, really. I could bank a bunch of episodes, put them out weekly or whatever. And I think it'd be good, like, not only for me to, like, learn about stupid shit that makes no sense at all, but also people would probably be learning shit too, so. But I've been trying to, like, that's the general idea, is come up with something that's different that people haven't done. That's the best idea I've had. But I'm still, like, thinking on it and shit. Nothing obviously set in stone. But I do, like, want to do something just solo, just because it'd be so easy to do. And throw it up. Then we'd have another show on that network. But yeah, that's the general idea. So yeah, maybe we'll get a website going or something. I don't know. I was at least going to put a page on our site with links to their shows.
Yeah. And we could be like, don't listen to them. They're awful.
Like it just looks like a link, like it's blue with an underline, but like you can't click on it.
Or when you click it, it just brings us
to our homepage. Just gives us automatic.
We just buy their domains.
Yeah.
Cut that part out. Cut the past 45 seconds out.
Yeah.
I was thinking of I still want to have people over to do shitty game playthroughs. So I think that's what I want to do for these 5 days off, is find something like really fucking stupid.
I think you should just buy a shit like a USB mic that clips on to your computer. Just to make it sound better.
Yeah, I don't have a fucking.
Get like you can get them $20 or whatever.
I can just like bring this one home.
Yeah, that one's already popping, so I don't want it to be.
Well, I'll bring the other one.
Or do you have I don't want them both popping.
Do you just have a rock band mic?
I have one. I don't think it works though. Because remember we tried it when Kenny was here trying to sing.
Oh my god,
we were playing Rock Band.
That's right,
and it didn't work. But that would have been cool. I would have played drums and you would have been on the guitar, and then Kenny would have been like jamming out and stuff.
I thought his name was Heath.
Or Lenny. I still love the fucking episode when Christian was here and he accidentally called him Kenny. He's like, Kenny, Lenny.
It's too fucking funny.
Yeah. I want to get Christian in here again. He doesn't ever do it though. He never does it. So hopefully, like right now, I have Gary Carpenter, who was on The Voice like last year. Was it last year?
Last year.
He's gonna hopefully come in next week.
We were trying to have Dom on today, but that didn't work.
Yeah, he's got a kid.
Yeah, he's busy.
You should get rid of the kid. You know?
I can do Saturday. I can't do Sunday.
I might be able to do that, I guess.
Because Sunday is laundry day.
Yeah.
I have to launder a bunch of money.
Yeah, laundering day.
Yes, it's embezzling week, dude. I'm gonna embezzle all this money before Black Friday, dude. I want 3 copies of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah.
That's the move.
Yeah. Gary said he has puppets too. If we want him to bring.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. I said, "Oh, I got puppets." That's what he said.
Tell him,
like, all right, bring the puppets.
Bring puppets.
Yeah, hell yeah, bring puppets. We tell everybody to bring puppets. They never do. And then when Jeff Dunham comes on, that's when we'll really get puppets.
I fucking love Jeff Dunham still. We talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna have Dom. We're gonna have Gary.
One of these days. We got to get Christian back on, dude.
Christian wants to come back. Dave wants to come back.
Dave does want to come back.
We're having Paulie back on.
Oh, yeah, Paul. We told Paul he was coming on. It'd be nice if we could just fucking lock a date in for all these.
Do three in one day.
I would be down to do at least 2.
We did that before.
We did it with Wes and Christian.
Yeah.
I mean, even if we just, like, schedule the dates, like, so that, like, last minute we don't have somebody going, oh, I gotta do this and this and this. You know.
Yeah. All I can hear is the clock ticking right now. But yeah,
It's mesmerizing.
These fucking coconut Rita things are just, here, try it. It's good.
You just no, I'm not.
Here, try it. No, it's good. Trust me.
These fucking coconut Rita things are just here. Try it. It's good.
No, try it. No, seriously, try it. I'll drink some and then you can have some. Just, it's not that bad. No, minty. Here, try it.
Oh wow, that's delicious.
That's amazing.
What? Rita's. Wait, Rita's is the brand?
No, they're Bud Light.
It says Rita's TM. What? And then it says Coco, not Rita. I don't think they are Bud Light, dude. I think you got ripped. I don't see Bud Light anywhere. I don't see any Budweiser branding whatsoever.
It says Anheuser-Busch.
Oh my god.
Isn't that awful? Dude, that flavor doesn't go away.
Wait, that doesn't even taste like coconut. It almost tastes like a fucking cinnamon bun or some shit.
I wasn't going to say that. It just tastes bad.
Yeah, but it's got like that after tang.
Hey, if you could replace any main character in any movie with Adam Sandler, what movie would you pick? And what character from that movie? One to make the movie as like one movie that you would want to make as bad as possible, and then one
Are
that
you
you
trying to
want
turn
make
it
as
into a
good.
comedy?
No, we're trying to make it like take a serious movie and replace the main character with Adam Sandler, or not Adam. Replace the main actor with Adam Sandler as one of his characters.
How about
I was my first thought was Predator, but with Bobby Boucher instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger, or instead of the Predator, have it be Bobby Boucher.
Does it have to be? So you're replacing it with a different Adam Sandler character.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, replace the Predator with replace Alien with replace The Thing, like replace Texas Chainsaw, replace Leatherface with Bobby Boucher.
What if you just replaced John Wick with fucking the Zohan?
Oh my god.
I mean, that'd basically just be...
That would just basically be John Wick.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's a wicked good idea. Or you could replace Little Nicky with Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, you could do like Little Gilmore. You know? Or like...
Happy Nicky.
Happy Nicky.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what movie is good of his that I've only seen once was The Wedding Singer.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's like one of his better movies, isn't it? It's like the Jackie
I would
Brown.
say.
It's like not great, but it's not awful. It's
Yeah,
like,
but it's like one of those movies. Like everybody's seen that. I feel
you know what
like.
one I really didn't like was Jack and Jill. I know
I
that's
didn't
a
see
brave.
that.
I know that's a brave stance to take, but Jack and Jill was bad. Pixels was retarded.
I didn't see Pixels either.
Pixels was such a cool concept, honestly, but it was just ripping off a Futurama episode.
Is that what it was?
You've seen Futurama, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember that episode where they.
There's an episode where video game characters come to life and they attack New York.
Oh.
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Oh, is it that episode where video game characters come to life and they attack New York?
That's the one, yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've seen that one.
I love that show, man. The intro is great.
Down, no.
But yeah, I saw Blue October yesterday. I don't think I talked about that at all. It was a pretty awesome show.
It's November, dude. You're late.
It was a pretty awesome show. We saw him at the Anthology in Rochester, which was a super nice venue.
I think I've been there before.
It's right next to the scariest Cam's Pizzeria I've ever seen.
Is
in
it
my
like
life.
under a fucking bridge or some shit?
No, that's the Chili Pepper song. I saw Blue
Wait,
October.
do you have to go into like this weird alleyway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I saw
liter-
Between the Buried and Me once at that spot.
Yeah, it's got like chandeliers and shit.
Yeah.
And the fucking basement, or the bathrooms are in the basement.
Yeah.
It was really weird, dude. They're like, yeah, the bathrooms are down the stairs, and I went down the stairs, and it was just like
Oh,
a
yeah,
concrete.
yeah,
it was just a concrete basement.
That used to be like a dealership, like a car dealership. That's why it's like basically a garage,
Like a showroom.
yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
It's 2 levels. It's a decent spot. It's pretty big.
Yeah, dude. It was like 800 people were there.
Yeah.
We were front row.
Doesn't it have like a little room down in the basement where they're like hanging your coats and shit?
Yes.
That's weird.
But you
as
could
fuck.
also hang your coats. Like we hung our coats up at the front of the stage. We hung
Yeah.
them on the fences or whatever. But it was really cool because I got to meet Justin Furstenfeld, and I have the first book that he ever published about the band. He wrote a book like detailing the songs and the stories behind them. And I had him sign it. I've had that book for like 13 years now.
Do you have the second book he ever published?
No, I just had the very first edition of Crazy Making.
Oh.
So it was nice. I cried like for half the show. It was amazing.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Yep. Got home at like 2 a.m. Went to work at 5:30. Got out at 2, and here we are at 9:43.
42.
9:42. But yeah, it was a really cool show. I'm so used to not going to,
Blue October.
I'm so not used to going to actual bands, because the only shows I usually go to are metal shows. Because I go with like the Berlins and stuff to their shows. So the only shows I've been to in the past year have been black metal shows. Like, so
Yeah, it wears on you a little bit.
yeah, and so seeing Blue October, I mean, it was just amazing, dude. It was like I was a kid again.
Well, you went to Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth fucking sucked, dude.
There was beach balls though. I'll give them that. much.
Replaced Shrek with Little Nicky.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And replaced Donkey with Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
And replaced
No, I don't know about that one.
uh,
I wouldn't say that. We didn't do food or object last week.
well, let's do it now, and we'll close it out.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
you keep looking at your phone. You just want to go. You just want to go. Get out of here.
No, Well, I had a bunch of Halloween ones. So do we do those, or is it too late now? It's November.
No, let's do them. I don't care. Halloween was only a week ago. Not even.
I think everybody's over Halloween though, right?
You can't
Let's just
find
do
pumpkin
it.
spice coffee anywhere.
Let's just do it, and then we'll do like it's okay. Some of it's fall, sort of. Well, let's just we'll do it, and then we'll make all the Halloween ones lose. So, I got candy corn, which is a food.
Hang on.
It already loses.
No.
Yeah.
Because I know immediately whatever you're going to pick is not going to beat my love of candy corn.
Candy corn versus vending machines. And I'm taking vending machines.
Vending machines kill 12 people a year. Candy corn kills 0. Candy corn's delicious. Vending machines are not edible. Candy corn wins.
Candy corn is not delicious.
Candy corn is delicious.
It is
I don't
not,
understand. I got in an argument about
If it was
this.
so fucking good, why would you only eat it in October?
You only eat stuffing during November, and stuffing's
No.
delicious. Yeah. When do you just
You
have
eat it all the
stovetop?
time.
No, you don't. I've never seen you eat stuffing. Dude, I have known you for like 15 years. I've never seen you eat stuffing
What
in
the
my
fuck
life.
are you talking
I've
about?
never seen you eat stuffing before. Don't even lie to me right now.
What are you
I've
even talking
never,
about?
ever seen you eat stuffing.
You're just fucking delirious.
Candy corn wins. I'm sorry. Vending machines can fuck up. We don't need them. Fridges.
Yeah, you do though. You got
Nope.
Where are you gonna get your candy from?
Kiosks. Create jobs. There we go. Second one. Replace every vending machine with a jobless war veteran.
No.
Boom.
Just get rid of candy corn.
Oh, okay.
Fucking
So you would
stupid
rather have war veterans on the streets? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Then candy corn, yeah.
Fucked up.
No, candy corn's bad.
We'll just
Why do you need
agree-
war veterans
we'll
on the
just-
streets for getting rid of candy corn? It doesn't have anything to do with it. Just get rid of the candy
We
corn.
put them in the vending machines. That way it's not vending machines, it's vending veterans. Boom. Veteran machines, bitch. There we go. Oh, you want a Monster? Cool. You want to donate to...
That's just a fucking
you
snack
want to
stand.
donate to the Prostate Cancer Research Foundation?
No.
Because the fucking... The war crime tier toxic gas we were dumping on insurgents gave me prostate cancer.
The second one in that could have been anything, and it would have lost to fucking candy corn.
Doubtful.
It would have absolutely lost to candy corn, and I can't wait until people vote on that one on Instagram. Because candy corn's gonna lose.
It's bullshit.
It's got 3 different colors on it.
I've
They all
never
taste the
seen you
same.
eat stuffing in my entire life.
I don't even like stuffing.
There we go.
Right. Because it's not good, and people only eat it once a year.
You know, you disagreed with me when I said that. You disagreed with me flat out. You're not allowed to change your answer.
You can't eat it once a year and say it's good.
And you're playing with fire right now.
You can't eat it once a year and say
You're
it's
not
good.
thin ice. You're eating life with both
Pumpkins versus bed sheets.
hands. Bed sheets. Is that even a question? Wow, how did you come up with that one?
Pumpkins.
Did you
dude.
fall asleep? Did you fall asleep with your microphone on?
But then you don't get pumpkin pie. You don't like pumpkin pie?
Nope. I'd rather have bed sheets.
Yeah, but you don't need bed sheets. You got comforters.
Are you some kind of fucking savage?
Yeah, you don't need sheets.
You have a sheet on your bed.
Yeah, but I don't need it.
I do. Shut the fuck up. I do not see. No, I don't even remember what the food was. Pumpkins.
I mean, I'm still going to take bed sheets, but I
I've
still don't need it.
never seen you eat pumpkin pie in my entire life. I have literally never seen you eat pumpkin
Why does it
pie.
matter what foods you've seen me eat?
I've never. No, I've seen you use bed sheets. I've never seen you.
Pumpkin pie is pretty good with like a little dollop of whipped cream
It's
on it.
not though. You know what you want is
Okay,
you want
but you like candy corn, so don't.
pumpkin
do
pie
that.
is shot. Pumpkin spice is shot.
You
Pumpkin
don't like
seeds.
pumpkin spice. You don't like pumpkin spice hand soap.
Pumpkin seeds are
You don't
okay.
like pumpkin spice.
I like pumpkin
candles.
seeds. Like David brand pumpkin seeds are really good.
Yeah, and you lose those.
I'd rather have bed sheets than
Why you
pumpkin
don't need
seeds.
bed sheets? When you pee your bed all the time, you gotta change your sheets.
No,
Sheets are a little weird. I don't know what we need them for, unless
it's
we're peeing
because
in bed.
mattresses aren't comfy, dude.
But what does the sheets do to make it more comfy? Why don't you just make mattresses comfier?
It's the thread count, man.
Why couldn't you just make mattresses with sheets built in?
We can't afford those, dude.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna.
Bed sheets wins.
How about apples versus phone cases? Because I like apples.
I like apples too.
Apples are pretty good. And then you get candy
They're
apples.
my favorite food, or not my favorite. They're my favorite fruit.
Then you get caramel
Like
apples.
literally by far,
I would
like-
say
apples. Because if phone cases didn't exist, then companies would make phones that were more durable, and they would never think to put a case on it, unless you mean like a case. So
I
like
guess.
your externals are just slipping out of it. Like a computer case, but all your internals are just like spilling everywhere.
Well, I would say like I mean I use phone cases, but I think like for sure they would probably make them like they'd probably just build a case into the phone, like put rubberized fucking shit around the edges of it. But yeah, I guess I'm just gonna take the apples, dude. I like apples.
I like apples.
You
a
can
lot.
cut them up, dude. You can dip
eat
them in caramel, caramel.
Apple flavored things, apple juice, apple cider, hard cider, apple pie, apple.
I've
cobbler.
never seen you eat apple pie. Ever.
I don't think I ever had apple pie,
Yeah, I've
but
never
I know
seen
it's
you eat it.
good. I'm not really a pie.
I've never even
person.
seen you eat an apple, so I don't know what you're talking about right now.
You haven't. Oh my god, maybe I'm a fraud. We're both hack frauds.
Yeah.
I got one for you. Ready for this? You ready? Food or object? Ready? Alcohol or light bulbs? There it is, though. There's the patented car noise.
Well, I'm trying to think of like another source of light, right? Because even if you have, well,
We just have to stick with oil lanterns.
right, but don't you need lights for like televisions and shit too?
No, they're different. No, I'm talking light bulbs, like for lamps and stuff.
Yeah, fuck the light bulbs, dude, you know?
I think life would be more intense if we used oil lamps still. I'd really enjoy that.
It would be more intense, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to figure out a way to keep alcohol, you know, is basically what I'm trying to do. Like, any way I can around it. LED lights aren't really light bulbs, though, so
No, they're not.
you could just LED everything, which I already do, you know?
Except
in a lot
for,
of
you know,
ways.
the fucking 4 lights that are on.
Yeah. Those don't count, though. We could have just lit candles.
Actually, it's 5.
We could have lit candles, though, is what I'm saying.
We did do that already.
We did that once, yeah.
That was over a whole year ago.
Yeah. We should have done a spooky Halloween episode. Just done the candle. And then we tell ghost stories. Real ghost stories. True stories.
About ghosts
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are real.
Yeah. Yeah, that's literally all it is, though. I'm trying to just figure out how to keep alcohol. Any way we can do that, we're
Oil
good.
lamps. That's it.
Yeah. Just LEDs and oil lamps, dude. Because, yeah.
You wouldn't have lights in the fridge anymore, though.
Just get LEDs.
Fade 7. Okay, yeah, that's the thing, is all lights are Fade 7.
Yeah, that'd be sick. It'd be hard to concentrate on certain things, but can you alter the speed of the Fade 7?
Yeah, it depends like what time of day it is.
Yeah. At night, it's just high speed, just blasting.
I was gonna say at night it's low speed.
No, it's high speed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's way more distracting.
Let's do another one because we missed them for last week.
Did
you do them all? We didn't do them all already.
I did the 3 that I had for last week.
Okay, what one did you have for this week?
All right, brownies versus wallets.
That's the hardest I've ever had to try to not fucking spit out my drink. That hurt. Brownies versus wallets, and that's crazy because I'll just go with I'll just fuck wallets. I'll just carry a purse. That's it.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing is you'd have to have like a money clip or something, you know,
That works too.
which is possible. I don't want to carry a purse though. It's a
I
little-
love brownies, dude. Like I fanny packs. Fuck it, we'll use fanny packs instead of wallets. But
brownies are great, but I don't know if I need
I
brownies.
literally love brownies are amazing. Are you kidding me? I'd rather have brownies than cake, cookies, cupcakes, muffins, scones, biscuits, cheesecake, pie, cobbler,
Wallets.
Yeah, all those things.
Yeah, I guess.
Do you hear people screaming outside, or was that just me?
No, I don't know. I don't have my headphones on. You're the one who's on patrol there. There's nothing out there.
It's coming from inside the house.
Well, how about cheese versus electricity? I like cheese. Also like electricity. I gotta say electricity.
Electricity
honestly.
has to win by default.
You could substitute something into cheese. You could like
Yogurt.
They have fake cheese and shit
Yogurt.
like that, like synthetics.
We'll just use like plain Greek yogurt instead of cheese,
Yeah.
which makes it confusing when it turns into like ricotta cheese. Like if you buy Greek yogurt and you leave it in the fridge for a week and all of a sudden
disappears.
It just disappears.
What happened? What happened to my yogurt? Yeah, but then at least you can see what happened to your yogurt because you turn your lights on.
I seriously love ricotta cheese.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's got like a thickness, like a foaminess to it.
Yeah, like a frothiness.
Yeah, you need the foam.
Like pus. I'm like extremely close to ordering Calios tonight or DP dough tonight, but I know that I can't afford to do that right now.
I got one like a couple of weeks ago, and it had like seasoning on the top of it and shit.
Did you get it? Fuck, there's a name for it.
You got hook it up.
Hook it up.
That's what the key is.
Yeah, I'm really pissed. I thought hook it up was pounding it.
It basically was, but not really.
But it was with fucking rosemary garlic seasoning.
It just puts seasoning on top.
And it's unbearable.
They put so much on it.
Seriously,
you basically have to like wipe it off with a fucking broom. You have to sweep it off first before you eat it.
You can use that to have your turtles carve up before the turtle races. Like there's so much seasoning.
You gotta carve up your turtles, dude.
Wrap up those patties. Carve up those turtles. Gentlemen, carve your turtles.
Yeah. And they force feed them fucking carbs.
You just force feed them oregano.
Yeah. How about lettuce versus drawstring bags?
All kinds of lettuce.
Yeah, just lettuce. Like romaine lettuce, like iceberg lettuce.
Arugula.
Lettuce. Yeah, just like lettuce.
Versus drawstring bags.
Yeah, like those.
I don't have a drawstring bag.
You don't?
Nope.
I like drawstring bags. They're pretty convenient. You just pull the strings. Well, anything that's a drawstring, like a,
like scrubs. That's a rough one because my scrubs are drawstring.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't want to get new scrubs.
But I mean, lettuce is good. It's more of a texture thing. Is really all it's there
I feel
for.
like if we replaced lettuce with spinach, we'd be healthier because spinach is literally what it's better. It's better than lettuce in every single way. More flavor. It's better for you. That's literally all that. Like lettuce is just, it's decent. Like it's like a vessel for other things though.
Yeah.
Like
well, it's
you can
just
you can eat spinach on its own and you'll be fine. But if you eat lettuce on your own, you're a fucking weirdo. And it has to be ice cold.
Yeah.
Lettuce has to be cold.
It does. Yeah. You can't.
You can have spinach any way you want to.
Like.
So I would have to go with drawstrings.
I would take the drawstrings. Yeah.
It wouldn't even be a debate, really.
No, it's not. Lettuce is all right though.
Oh, here's one. Well, no, we're biased because we live in fucking Oswego. I'm gonna say, hot cocoa versus air conditioning. Well, first I was gonna say heating versus air conditioning, and then I remember that one of those isn't a food. So, ooh, here's one. Ooh, this one's good.
No, it's not.
Never mind then.
It's because you know it's not. If it was actually good, you'd be like, no, it's definitely really good. Oh my god, your mic is popping, dude. Cycle it. Cycle your mic real quick.
All right, there we go.
It's funny that actually fixes it.
Right.
What was it? If it was so goddamn good.
No, I'm now you and me second guess it. Now it was salt and something else. I don't remember what the other thing was. And then when I tried to think of it again, I thought of hot sauce.
Well, think on it, and then we'll do it next time.
It doesn't matter.
We've done like 7 of them in this episode.
Yeah.
We filled our quota already.
I washed my hair today for the first time in like over a week, and my hair feels so weird and thick.
Yeah, it does that.
I don't ever wash my hair because I usually don't have any, but I haven't shaved it in like a week.
Yeah.
So are we done? Is this it?
I mean, is this it? I don't know. I guess I'm out of ideas too. I don't have any ideas. I never
Hardy,
had ideas the entire time.
Greg Hardy fights Saturday.
Oh.
That's all I have.
Hmm.
We should do Cry of Fear either later tonight or tomorrow night. I'll be home from the bar at like probably 8. Not even, probably 7. And you work tomorrow, right?
Till 8, yeah.
And we should do Cry of Fear tomorrow. Figure it out. We have to. It's fucking weird. You have to do a peer-to-peer, or no, you have to do a direct IP address connect because the game is so old. It's built on Source 1. So
That's bizarre.
yeah. But I'm thinking we each record
Record it separately and then
you
sync
send
her
me
up.
yours and I'll splice them together because I want to get better at editing.
No, you send me yours and then you'll edit them together.
No, that won't work. I need your file.
I don't know how we would sync them up exactly. Like I wouldn't know.
We would just both be in game and be like,
We'll be like, pause it right now.
yeah,
That'll be
wicked
like our
easy.
clap.
That'd be wicked easy to sync up.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I've been using DaVinci Resolve, and you can have it set up like other video editors. So I have it with the same setup as Adobe Premiere, and it's literally just Adobe Premiere.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do anything fancy with that Cry of Fear video because I did it in like 2 hours, maybe. Not even. Like, I would say maybe 2 hours because I was rewatching it every time I made a substantial edit to make sure it flowed correctly.
Yeah.
But I want to get good with I'm going to put subtitles in it too, I think. Spend some time doing that. I'm gonna have so much time to kill because I'm on call Friday for 4 hours. And I'm also on call
So you're just going to be putting subtitles
Tuesday
and
for
shit.
4 hours. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing shit.
Yeah. Just put subtitles in. So yeah, next week, hopefully Gary. Week after, we can try and get Dom in. If not, we'll get a hold of Paul. Guess that's it. Still holiday sale, 20% off on our shit. Just fucking let us know. I got some coming in for a couple people. And that's it. I hope you guys had a sweet Halloween. You missed the whole thing, dude. We went to Paul's, jammed out, you know.
I didn't miss anything because I had to be up at fucking 6 o'clock on
You missed it though.
the next day.
I'll give you that much.
I literally went to bed at like 8:45 that night, dude.
That's sick.
It was awesome. Monday was even better. I was sick Monday, so I had someone cover my shift, and I slept from like 6 o'clock. I slept from like 6 o'clock to midnight, and then I was up till 3 playing Final Fantasy. Then I went back to bed, woke up at 7:30, and went back to work.
Sounds like something you'd do.
It was a pretty good day. That's been a wicked solid schedule for. That's a fun, like, I don't know if you ever do that because I know you stay up late, but like when I go to bed early, like if I go to bed at 7 or 8, because that happens sometimes. I'll get out at 7 and fall asleep at 7:30, and I'll wake up at like 11:30, and I'll be wired till 2. And That's such a good fucking time.
My weekends, I like have to fucking go to bed. I have to work early on the weekends, so I have to go to bed early, which is weird because like I'm so used to not going into work till 2. So like it throws my whole shit off.
Yeah, luckily the latest I go in is 8. I either go in at 6, 7, or 8.
I think 8 is the earliest I'm in too. Yeah.
I'm either out at 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7.
Yeah, it's like the earliest I have to wake up is like 7. It's like one day a week too. Or like,
Bastard.
yeah.
Dude, I had to get up. Fuck. I'm the busiest. No, I
gotta go to a meeting.
Like the shift that I worked today was great because I worked 6 to 2. But like I said, getting home from the Blue October show, by the time I fell asleep, it was after 2 o'clock, and I was up at 5:30. I didn't even sleep when I got home from work. I got home from work and took a shower, and I laid down for like 30 minutes, and then I was like, I can't.
Yeah, that's
I
what you
knew if
gotta
part of me knew that if I fell asleep, I wasn't going to answer my phone.
Well, the thing is, like, when I take a nap, I'm fucking, like, I feel a little bit better, but, like, I just feel like I want to keep sleeping when I get up. And I can't ever figure out how to take a nap because I, like, set my alarm for, like, an hour later.
And then you lay there for 40 minutes.
Yeah. And then I'm like, fuck. I guess I'll move my alarm back another hour. Or just get up. And then at that point, I'm like, I'm not going to take a nap. Then I'm just going to be tired again.
I take naps for when I have D&D. Like when we go to Brian's. Because on those
I take
days
them at D&D.
You do?
Yeah.
Because on those days, I get out at 2:30 on Friday. And I'll sleep from like 3 to 6. And then I'll head over at 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
We're in a sticky situation with that right now.
We're just in a situation. I'm just saying we got to just jump out of the building.
I think we should just murder everybody. But I think they're specifically crafted to be against that.
I think we should murder everyone too. I'll probably just start shooting, you know. I start blasting.
I was laughing before you even said that. I knew you were going to say it. Oh my God.
All right, that's it, everybody. We will see ya next week. Oh, you know what? I might even change the release dates on these. Maybe release them like Fridays instead of Wednesdays. Just because I mean, Wednesday's right in the middle of the fucking week. And fucking, at least Friday. Nobody ever puts podcasts out on the weekends anyway, but I was thinking if we put it out Friday, people will have that whole weekend to fit it in or whatever.
Let's do a poll.
Yeah.
Or we can
just do it and say fuck everybody.
Or we do podcast Wednesdays and then Clear Shots plays on Friday.
It's kind of what we've been doing, sort of.
We'll just keep doing that.
I don't know. Well, this has got to come out Thursday.
True.
So, yeah, that's it. We'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for listening.
And when I'm going to do Alien Trilogy tonight because I'm feeling good enough to play through that. So that'll be ready. I'll do like an hour, maybe, if that.
You say it's going to be ready. It's not, though.
I'll record some of it. I'll do some editing for it, too. It'll turn out good. Give us recommendations, too, because, like, for Clear Shots plays, I mean, I have a lot of games that I just like to play around with and fuck around with. Right now, the big thing is emulating older games.
I had a whole list of games to do.
Yeah, same. And I have a few co-op games in mind, too, that even if we could do just, like, even if
I gotta
we
figure out also why your mic is popping so much.
Right.
I mean, it did fix it for a while when you were cycling it, but it's just been doing that a little bit too, like recently.
I broke the microphone without even taking it home.
Yeah, it's really popping. It's popping off, son.
All right, well, see ya.
ClearShotsPodcast.com is where you'll find links to everything we do. You can check us out on Twitter at ClearShotsPod. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and check us out on Periscope for live videos. If you have anything you want to ask us, send us an email at clearshotspodcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. We will see you next time.